your temper flaring up. You need to simmer down. Thinking we should let the dust settle. Need to slow it down, girl, and ease off the pedal. Keep our mind right and our heads both level. Cause you got a temper that be boiling like a kettle. And I love this sea might be in peril. And what we do next, girl, we need to be careful. Need to let the dust settle. Unless you're really trying to take this to another level. It's hard to stay cool when your temper flaring up. Got that rude attitude, ain't got swagger when you strut. But it's hard to see through all that dust you always kicking up. And when the tensions are high, her emotions erupt. And she know our love plateaued. Might not have these feelings for each other anymore. Gave up long ago. And it shows. And the truth is we clueless. No longer can we do this. Sooner or later, girl, we gotta face the music. Cause we vibing on a different tempo. Gotta keep our heads both level. Take a foot up off the pedal. Give it time and let the dust settle. Thinking we should let the dust settle. Need to slow it down, girl, and ease off the pedal. Keep our mind right and our heads both level. Cause you got a temper that be boiling like a kettle. And I love this sea might be in peril. And what we do next, girl, we need to be careful. Need to let the dust settle. Unless you're really trying to take this to another level.
Let the dust settle. Easy go and cool, me now want no trouble. Still interested in you, but you too pressing on the pedal. We going crash if you not let go. Not say we dead, but if you don't, chill. You keep a noise in my head. How we gon' build the man needs peace? Just be quiet and still, baby. Listen to me. For real, for real. Moving too fast, so man, just slow down. If you want it last, pay attention now. If we crash it done, not worth the while. Just not my style. You hear?
Thinking we should let the dust settle. Need to slow it down, girl, and ease off the pedal. Keep our mind right and our heads both level. Cause you got a temper that be boiling like a kettle. And I love this sea might be in peril. And what we do next, girl, we need to be careful. Need to let the dust settle. Unless you're really trying to take this to another level.
We don't go with the flow, or we done. You go too fast, move slow down to blow. Go to me like you for sure. Me no one let you go, but I will do so if we think go cold. I'm in it, not finished, but baby, please just slow down. Cause you aggravating me, and if you can't see, well, I can't see. The writing's on the wall, in the story.
Thinking we should let the dust settle. Need to slow it down, girl, and ease off the pedal. Keep our mind right and our heads both level. Cause you got a temper that be boiling like a kettle. And I love this sea might be in peril. And what we do next, girl, we need to be careful. Need to let the dust settle. Unless you're really trying to take this to another level.
Yo, Meatloaf. I said these niggas sippin' that bitch water.
That bitch water.
Making them bitch hard. I've been ahead of these pussy niggas, nigga, that kickstart. They doing shit that I been started. Nigga, I been ballin'. No way got time for pussy niggas, so I got these niggas goofy. I swear to God, my life a movie. I just play the role and they the groupie. Swear to God, them niggas whoopin'. I got time, I can prove it. They watch me on the line like I'm moving. Don't know why these niggas sleeping on me, about to wake them up now. Necklace with my name on it, and I watch them about to bust. I had to tattoo my name on it, they forgot about who they talking about. Niggas lying all of my name, that's some shit I give a fuck about. A nigga that can't hold water, a nigga I can't take. But why you doing all that talking? Some niggas can't wait. I ain't tryna ball with a baller, but no, he can't play. Pocket full of all of that guala, look like I gained weight. They tried to rob me, had that 40 on me, plus I had this jewelry. And I had that chain around my neck, man, I spent 40 on the plug, cause I know he on it. He said, nigga, pull up on me, said I'm on my way, like where you at, man, I'm around the corner. Shoebox, new cash, nigga stashed in my closet. All that new cash, shit go fast, you don't watch it. They like, I talk too fast, nah, I'm just talking money. I want that all white new Jag just to pull up on them, stuntin'. I did it, trappin', I did it, stuntin', I did it, getting money, I did it, ballin', I did it, trappin', I did it, stuntin', I did it, getting money, I did it.
Evident, ever since we pulled up at your residence, slayed your whole family down and didn't leave no evidence. So the streets are starting to talk, and let me tell you what they say. Teacher Jada code is big. I hit the scene, they be like, I see you hoes sippin' that bitch. I bet I snap you gon' get sprayed. I help your family look for you and tell them hope that you're okay. I ain't never been a hoe, bitch, everybody knows that. Cause I ain't rap from that nigga, or I fucking toe tag. Anytime you wanna do it, come and meet me in the street. South side of the Funk, Riverside and Berry Street. 210 is where I lay, but A1G is where I stay. I bet you sip that bitch water, that ain't that shit that teachers drink.
That bitch water, that bitch water, bitch retarded. Making them bitch hard. I've been ahead of these pussy niggas, nigga, that kickstart. They doing shit that I been started. Nigga, I been ballin'. No way got time for pussy niggas, so I got you niggas goofy. I swear to God, my life a movie. I just play the role and they the groupie. Swear to God, them niggas whooping. I got time, I can prove it. They watch me online like a movie.
They don't know I've been a problem. They couldn't solve me. I came in, I've been explaining. I even went as far as switching the terms for layman. But there's been a delay in the way they reception went, and it all be so evident when I be talking too fast. I don't dial it back at all. When the mic, give me a call. We chop it up in silence, wait for signal, then we haul. Coming right through the walls, watching as the bitch waterfall. Cause every fucking thing that you've been hearing from everyone was false. There is no comparing, I'm declaring your flowing cadence be repairing. Cause I'm not sparing no more fuckers' feelings. They really do be nowhere near my ceiling. And I be speaking with the most respect when I tell them wrap these ropes around their neck.
Dipping that bitch water.
That bitch water. Making them bitch hard.
I've been ahead of these pussy niggas, nigga, that kickstart. They doing shit that I been started. Nigga, I been ballin'. No way got time for pussy niggas, so I got you niggas goofy.
Syndrome on the beat, so you know it's slap.
Spray ground, got a 50 round drum in it. 49 more can come and get it. First 48 police and paramedics. AK-47 fitting, all the windows tinted. 46 shots, still left the pin. Big 4-5, Mr. P, no limit. Big 4-4, cause the other one's finished. Knock a nigga off his pivot.
Black 4-5, knock the ass off the pivot. Sucker feeling froggy, then leap, go ribbit. Cooking motherfucker on the mic, I'ma rip it in this ain't no image, no front, no gimmick. Haters on my dick, and I know they living, man. I pay him no mind, no fucks, I give it. Man, I know you scared, even though you wanna admit it, man. You mad a girl a hoe, and let everybody hit it, man. I shitted on him once, man. They should've been quit it. Daddy should've used a rubber, and your mama should've spit it. Maybe I shouldn't have went and got the red bands kitted, but soon as I rolled a blunt, man, you know your boy lit it. LA hat still fitted, committed to my city ever since way back when the bar was 150. Bitch, I been the bad boy, and I ain't talking no ditty. From the land to the heart of the city with no pity. Yeah. Hear the club up. Hear the club up. Hear the club up. Hear the club up. 45
Spray ground, got a 50 round drum in it. 49 more can come and get it. First 48 police and paramedics. AK-47 fitting, all the windows tinted. 46 shots, still left the pin. Big 4-5, Mr. P, no limit. Big 4-4, cause the other one's finished. Knock a nigga off his pivot. Back with that 4-5 like I'm MJ. Y'all niggas know what the fuck it is. I ain't come to play, no, I'm just poppin'. I ain't taking me no quiz. Niggas ain't stopping, not stopping this. Get off my dick, get off my cock. I don't go tick, and I don't go talk. Get in my nigga, I stay on the clock. I gotta go, I go when I go. Stop it to know, they ask where I quit. I tell them get bone, situation, elbow, it hit me big. Had to go find a way, so I did it. Called the play, nigga, dog be different. I don't go play, I go when I manage. I'm getting the green, I'm brandy, I'm savage. Spray ground, got a 50 round drum in it. 49 more can come and get it. First 48 police and paramedics. AK-47 and all the windows tinted. 46 shots, still at the pit. Big 4-5, Mr. P, no limit. Big 4-4, case they don't finish. Knock a nigga off his pivot. Spray ground, got a 50 round drum in it. 49 more can come and get it. First 48 police and paramedics. 47 AKs and all the windows tinted. 46 shots, still left up in it. Big 4-5, Mr. P, no limit. Big 4-4, cause the other one's finished. Knock a nigga off his pivot.
I know you've been going through something. What's going on, man? I appreciate y'all
what up?
waiting. I appreciate y'all waiting. Yeah, we about to start up Korner Konvo podcast, man. I'm OC Kush. We got Suburban Mom in the building. We out here,
Happy
you know what I'm
Friday.
saying? Yeah, right. It was crazy
Yeah,
too. I had a whole bunch of people not knowing what the day was of the week. Throughout the week.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
It was
Yeah,
weird.
nobody was doing that today. He woke up and he's like, I thought it was Thursday. It's Friday. I thought yesterday was Friday because like I was all ready to get on the show. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I gotta go get on the show. He's like, it's Thursday. It's like, oh, shoot.
Look, I had a bunch of people all week, and they were like, they kept asking me too. Like, some of them were interested in like if we were going, like, hey man, you got your show tonight? And I'm like,
Not tonight.
It's Wednesday. They were like, oh bro, I thought it was Tuesday, bro. And I'm like, you missed the
I
whole
know.
day. Like, you thought the whole thing. Like, do you work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you messing up your schedule. They be calling you, hey, you coming in today? And I thought it was Tuesday. Like, that ain't an excuse, bro.
Yeah.
No. Big shout out though to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all sliding through and hanging out with us. We got Friendship Week. You know what I'm saying? It is actually Friendship Day on Sunday, but we got the whole week going on. Bring a friend or meet a new one while you're here. You know what I'm saying? Hang out for a little bit. Kind of chat it up with people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to find a possible collab connect or, you know, even a producer to help mix or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you are in search of, you might find over here at Blunt Ones Mafia. I just wanted to say big shout out though to everybody. And real quick, I wanted to make an announcement. All right, I wanted to make a quick announcement. I'm also going to. No, I'll do that. I'll send it in the chat a little later. I'll make the announcement right now, though. It is August 1st. You know what I'm saying? I did have the promo for y'all coming out about Ladies' Night this month. And yeah, it's the 1st, so that means the form is officially open. There is a post on the channel that you can get the link for it. You know what I'm saying? Get your submissions in. No duration as far as the limit that you guys have. Submit as many as you want. Like I said, I'm not guaranteeing everybody getting all of their submissions played. All right, if you submit a whole bunch, you might not get all of those, you know, played. Just because we are, you know, we're looking forward to having quite a bit on the docket. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, no 4-minute limit?
There's a 4-minute limit. There is a no wait. Actually, I think I raised it to 5 just because I am including videos in case, you know, any of the females want to get any of their videos out on YouTube or anything like that. They have the opportunity. I know sometimes videos are a little bit longer because you might have an intro, you might have an outro of the actual video itself without even the actual song. I know that's all part of the process. So I did up the time, I think overall to 5 on this, but other than that, you guys can submit as many as you want. It's not like a 3 and you're done. You know what I'm saying? Also, tell everybody about it. You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody about it. It's going to be a little block party downtown. We're going to have a 2-night downtown sound. So it's going to be Friday night and Sunday night. As usual, Sunday is going to be, you know what I'm saying, the competition. But in that sense, it's a block party. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have fun with it as well as be competitive. You feel me? The idea, though, is to kind of carry over from Friday night. You know what I'm saying? People might be hungover.
It's possible.
You know what I'm saying? Because it might be an all-weekend thing for some. I don't know. But
hey,
we got the form open, though. The form is open. And if you guys go on the page, the channel here, we got it in the post section. There will be a link there. I also am going to, at the end of the show today, I will have it available on the other platforms for you guys as far as BandLab and all that. So you will be able to see it over there as well. Other than that, though, the form is open. And yeah, it's about to go down. You feel me? We are also still doing the co-host applications. We're still getting some of those
open
in.
Call.
Now, I will say, I think I just got a confirmation right before the show, actually. I think I got confirmation. We should have a reschedule. We actually, unfortunately, we had an issue with last week, or I should say this past week. We had a scheduled co-host Tuesday tryout. However, they unfortunately fell under the weather.
It happens.
You know what I'm saying? What else is new, though? Everybody in this motherfucker, as far as people coming, they got weather-related events everywhere.
Right.
Unfortunately, a storm hit their little area, and yeah, they got sick. But They're recovering. We got them scheduled in. I believe confirmation going to be on Tuesday next week, so the 5th. Make sure you guys lock it in so you guys can get an idea of who possibly might be up here with us. I don't know. All right, we'll find out after we go through all these applicants. We still have some.
It's a mystery.
We still have some to get scheduled for interviews. I do know that. I'm just looking at some of the notes over here, but I got a couple more scheduled or needing to be scheduled for interviews. So we'll get them locked in, and then we'll have them scheduled for a Tuesday tryout as well. But I believe this upcoming Tuesday we should have confirmation. We'll have another one on board, so you guys can get an idea of what's up. You know what I'm saying? What's good, everybody in the chat, though? I see y'all out there. Yeah, this is the Korner Konvo podcast, man. Blunted Ones Radio Network. We out this motherfucker. And we doing big things, you know what I'm saying? We got music on deck. We have some submissions coming through, so I got you guys lined up. But just like always, we're gonna jump into some of these news articles that we have in store for y'all. Because, yeah, we got some shit to talk about again today.
Yes.
Very ironic stuff in some cases. But I wanted to start off with this one here because this one kind of plays into a lot of what we've been discussing and not strictly on the exact content. I'm talking about the overall aspect of how this was done. All right. It's something that we've been kind of looking at, and it's very, I don't know, it's very foul, but I will say it's kind of like one of these things where I feel like this name state-wise has been on the Korner Konvo podcast for at least a couple of weeks now with some shit. Geez. And I'm just saying it's wild, but I'll put it up on screen for y'all so y'all can see what's up. The bulletin breakdown that we got for you guys in store tonight is crazy. We got a couple different bulletins on deck. However, this first one here, let me get it sized right. Here we go. Yeah, this first one here, we got Florida middle school teacher allegedly used real student photos to create AI-generated porn. Yeah, this is wild. This story right here is wild, okay? Now, Mom, you kind of presented this to me. Do you have anything forefront that you kind of wanted to, say to as far as the article itself goes?
Yeah, so just some background. I have a little I should have put this in there, but there's a little video clip. Did you get that in with the article thing that I sent you?
Is it the one right here attached to the article?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Wait, is it? I don't even know. Oh my gosh, I sound like it's my first day.
No, I don't know.
I didn't put it in there.
I don't think I seen a video, but this is is the article on the actual news.
Yeah, they have a short video where they kind of go over
that's not
it, but
really
I can just.
it.
No, that should be it. Hold on, let me see if I can share it to you. All right, hold up.
Yeah, you're good.
I just will share you the direct video.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't get a video.
You didn't get it. See, I thought when it took you to the thing that it would have the video in there. My bad. All right. I don't know. That looks like it's just linking back to the article again. I don't know. If you can use it,
play
that's cool.
this.
If not.
Is it a 2-minute joint? I think it's a 2-minute joint.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
that might be what
is it.
you're looking at.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll just play that then, and we'll see what's up. But yeah, you guys check it out. Check it out, man.
Bars accused of using AI to make child pornography.
And get this, investigators say he used his students' pictures to make the fake pornography. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth is live in studio tonight. So Randy, this is terrifying for parents.
Yeah, good evening to you both. You can imagine what parents are thinking right now. Get this, he's also accused of sharing and downloading about 30 images while he was at work and used the school's Wi-Fi. That's according to investigators. So this is the man we're talking about. His name, David McKeown. He was a 6th grade teacher at UBIC Academy in Holly Hill. Right now, he faces 19 charges related to child sex abuse material and animal sex abuse, and he could face additional charges. Now, this investigation started earlier this month after a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. McKeown was arrested yesterday, and detectives seized devices from his house and the school. Now, Florida's Attorney General James Uthmeyer released a statement about the allegations, saying in part, quote, as a teacher, parents trusted Mr. McKeown to impart knowledge to their children. Instead, he spent parts of the school day sending and receiving child sex abuse material and providing other pedophiles with UBIC Academy students' personal information. Now, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Commissioner Mark Glass said this, in part saying, at FDLE, we will never allow predators to hide behind screens or school walls. We will track them down, expose them, and bring them to justice. Fox 35 spoke with retired law enforcement about what parents can do to protect their child as technology changes.
If your child tells you, hey, something doesn't seem right with this teacher or this person, don't ignore that. Take a listen, and you may want to act on it to follow up on those suspicions.
McKeown was booked into the Volusia County Jail, where he remains with no bond. If convicted, he could face up to 315 years in prison. In the studio,
315 years.
Yeah.
God damn.
I know. That's what.
Damn. Look,
yeah, and
look,
it's like
I mean,
they're
go ahead.
they're gonna
go ahead.
make I was just gonna say, I think that they're using this as an opportunity to make an example out of this guy, and I don't think that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because obviously his students trusted him. I don't know where he got the photos from, but you gotta assume as a teacher he has
you can assume that it probably was from school facilitated thing.
files.
You do school photos. I'm assuming teachers individually have their own group photos of classes when they go on field trips, etc., that they probably post on
Right.
a school bulletin board type of joint.
Yeah.
And they said he used the school's internet to even do all the shit.
Yeah, and so he was
What?
doing this on his school computer during school hours in the building using their internet. First of all, if you're a teacher and you get caught viewing any sort of material that's of that nature, and you're using the school internet and you're, doing it during work hours, you should be fired and probably prosecuted. But this goes even a level deeper and is way more disturbing. And that's what's creepy about AI. And they interviewed some guy in this, and they were like, what can parents do to keep their kids safe? And he was just like, oh, well, just talk to them. And if they say one of their teachers are creepy, listen to them. But I think that we gotta do more than that,
Yeah,
because
well over more than that. Yeah.
yeah, it's so that's I used to post pictures of my daughter, on my Facebook and my Instagram and stuff all the time. I don't do that anymore, because with the advent of this new, technology and
Yeah.
what people can do with it and what sick people are out there, I don't want people attaching her face to anything. And I've low key kind of been I haven't even been posting pictures of myself anymore, just because I don't want, not that 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 I think someone would do that, but they could. And at this point, there's not a whole lot of legislature or law around what people can and can't do with AI. So it's the legislature is going to have to catch up to the technology. And I just feel like
that might even be
gonna be hard.
And it's odd, because we had the video that we broke down the other day, and it was the longer video. At the end of the show, we kind of watched it and then talked about it a little bit. But the guy, it was the inventor of OpenAI, and was basically given the warning that yo, some things that we possibly different routes that could be taken with this that we can't really control, or
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And
Well, it's
how
it's
exactly,
almost
what kind of legislation are we going to do for that?
Well, it's
Are
one
you
of those
gonna
scenarios
go ahead.
that we're almost gonna have to wait until the bad thing happens, because I feel like it's gonna be really hard for anyone to pass legislature to stop these things until they have a case to reference. So it's basically just kind of like the wild, wild west. Yeah, the wild, wild why can't I say that? The
Yo.
wild, wild west right now with AI.
Right.
And we're gonna have to, unfortunately, there's going to have to be examples of what can't be happening, I think, before we realize well, we have to make a law to prevent this.
Yeah, even then
Imagine,
though, how are we going to prevent this? Are we going to be telling all of the AI creators and programmers to not have that be a
allow
part of the thing?
children.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing. You
I don't
heard the
know.
guy in the video last time tell you within a year, what was going to happen. All the programmers are going to be AI.
They're going to be AI. Right, exactly.
So how are you going to tell AI what the law is?
That's what I was saying. Like the legislature, there's no way legislature is going to be able to keep up with the technological advancements that we're seeing right now with AI. It's just not. And
Nope.
so,
It's going to be weird.
I feel like we're going to constantly be in a sort of like, this weird race where we're just behind what's actually happening and trying to pick up the mess behind it and try to prevent it from happening. But then as soon as we pass one law, there'll be something to circumvent it, and then we're going to have issues elsewhere. I just really hope that it doesn't all lead to some sort of like, I don't know, like super creepy dystopian state where we can't show our faces anymore and like,
What I feel like it's going towards is the fact that they're going to have the point where it's going to be at a blossoming state where all this shit's going to be happening negatively, and they're going to try to circumvent it into a legislation, but at the end of the day, I'm not seeing that being a possibility, right? So that's going to entail them to be more legislation towards us with you see it on some of the conversations that people have had with the code words and all that with the AI, and it's about control, right? So monitoring, all of that's going to be heightened. We've already seen it, you know what I'm saying, with the social credit system that's being implemented everywhere in the world, based on China's little beta testing that they did for the first like 5 years. I mean, it's nuts in that sense, because then it's like, is this just going to be moving forward even faster?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I
and
don't
it's
know.
like, yeah, it's just, and like I feel like it almost is going to sort of come to a really weird place where we might be starting to have like very very divided opinions on like what is art, what is what is real and what is not. You might have people that are rushing to which is sick in my opinion, but there might be people rushing to the defense of this kind of thing and saying, well, it's freedom of expression, it's art, it's not actually those children. You might have people that might say, well, hey, it's better that they did it this way with AI and didn't actually put these children through that actually and physically in reality,
Right.
which I would kind of agree with, but at the same time, it's like you're sexualizing a child. That's never okay,
Right.
But it's like people are starting to have really weird opinions about some of this shit. I saw a TikTok video the other day that people were talking about on Reddit, and it was a woman, probably like in her late 20s, early 30s. She
Right.
was at Disneyland in California with maybe her partner or just, some guy. And he was filming her. She had a very low cut shirt on and like Minnie Mouse ears on. And she was just like jiggling herself. And he was filming it. And a lot of people were speculating that, oh, it's probably, she's probably trying to like promote her OnlyFans content and stuff. And it's just like, that's a really fucked up place to be doing that. Like at Disney World or Disneyland, that's primarily targeted, for an audience of children.
Exactly.
But there were a lot of people coming to her defense, and they were like, oh my God, you're all clutching pearls. Like anytime someone gets a little bit sexual, it's all,
The thing though
But I'm
is
just
that
like,
as far as the child in that situation, that as society's been groomed for that. Society as a whole has been groomed for that. Look at the kids walking around nowadays.
well, yeah, that's like we talked
You know what
about
I'm
that
saying?
show, Pretty Little Liars, like, and they normalized this parent
Right.
or this teacher child, and like G just said, in the comments, she was talking about some stuff that went on at her local school, and she said that the teacher would have them rub his bald head, and it was her and 5 other students. They're still in touch. But they'd have them like sit on his lap and stuff, and like no shit, I had a teacher just like this, and I told her, I'm like, there were probably at least 2, maybe 3 teachers from the school that I went to in little Hodonk Chardon who got in huge trouble for this kind of stuff. And I remember the one, I'll put him on blast. His name was Mr. Mantini, and he was a teacher in middle school. I had him in like 7th grade, I think. And this dude, and I remember this so viscerally because a lot of the girls were kind of like, what the fuck? He would drop his pencil.
Oh, God.
Like, and then he would have students, he'd call one of us out. He made me do it one time. He'd have us come out and pick it up for him.
That's his litmus test.
Yeah.
That's to see who would do it the correct way in his book.
Yeah. And I do seem to remember him, like, I
Fucking
think that's what
weirdos,
he
bro.
actually got in trouble for, was he had a female student sit on his lap, and that's what ended up getting him fired. And the other one was
Ain't
like
no
a
reason,
Spanish
bro.
teacher.
You are not Santa Claus. The fuck out of here.
No. Her name, I'll dox her too. Her name was Mrs. Nedzwicki, and she had an affair with a freaking student at the high school who was under 18.
My high school principal got locked up for doing that. He was
so like it happens a lot.
smashing the
And
damn secretary. The student secretary, one of the students, because like the student council and shit. But the secretary on the student council, yeah, we found out about that. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
they hemmed him up at school in the middle of the day. We the whole like, it was during a Bell release in between class type shit, so the hallways was packed, and we just watching homie all cuffed up walking out, everybody kind of speculating what the hell did he do. Then we see her, and she just like head down to the ground with like a blanket over her head and shit. She walking out, not handcuffed or nothing, but she walking out too with the detectives and shit. I was like, oh
my God.
I said, we had no choice but to be like, oh, we know what's going on here.
Well, yeah. But that's what's
wild.
crazy, is like what you were saying, is that it's been like it was so normalized back then that like me and my classmates, we didn't really like, we just between ourselves would kind of be like, wow, Mr. Mancini's freaking a creep. But you didn't say anything about it because it was just like, I truly, and I'm being honest with you, I don't think that anything would have been done. And
as a child, that's your first thought anyway.
Yeah.
Who are you? That at least that's what I've always experienced when I was a kid, as far as in a situation like that with authoritarian figures. Like, I could speak up, I could say something, but in reality, they're gonna look down at me. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, she's making it up. Oh, she wants attention. Yeah. And that's what's, and I have noticed that like with the environment, like with being around like kids my daughter's age, like when we play online video games and stuff like that, a lot of them are like super duper cautious and like weird about, oh my God, like this girl sent me a picture of her face. Like that was one of the kids I was chatting with one time said that, and I was like, that's such a weird thing to be freaked out about. And they're almost like overly cautious now about sharing their real names or their face. Face reveals are a huge thing now, and it's just like, to me, I was like, why are they all so cautious? And I would get called out a lot, like, why are you playing a game with a bunch of kids? And I'd be like, well, I'm playing with my daughter and I'm supervising her so she doesn't encounter a creep. I'm not a creep. But good on you for actually asking me why I'm here. If I didn't have a good reason, I could see that, it'd be a little weird. I'm just like playing video games with a bunch of teenagers. Like, that would be a little bit weird.
Right.
So it's good. I think kids are starting to have like a radar for it a little bit. But it also just sucks because, it used to be that I remember when we were kids, people would always tell us, like, if you're going through something or if you're scared or if someone did something to you and you don't know if it was right, talk to a trusted adult, a teacher, a parent, whatever. But it's like all too often, those trusted adults, and I quote, are the ones who are doing these things. So it's just scary to think that kids are coming up in a world where they don't even feel like they can trust the adults around them.
Well, that's
anymore.
what I'm saying. The overall aspect of like environment is like they get told this, and then they see an example of how that might not be the best decision. So then they question every other person in that same position, because it's like, well, I don't know if they're doing anything shaky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because whether you like it or not, I mean, once you become an adult, that is a position of power. And children look up to adults. That's just the way that it's always been. So, and I think that more of us need to get into the mind frame of where they're protectors than whatever these other people are thinking. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. I don't want to. just like keep it in your pants, man. It's not that hard. This is wild.
I get it.
Ugh.
I totally
Ugh.
get it. I totally get
Yeah.
it. So check it out. We have a video here. This video here is we had a little bit of a conversation, right, about when I had the article up about the Titanic and how there was divers that went down, and subsequently seen that it was the Olympic that was switched based on the overall data that they found down there, what it looked like, and all of that, right? And then we also did, like, we did our research here on Blunted Ones, and I was coming across some of the dates and the coinciding dates that they, subsequently had after said event went on. Well, this video here does a little bit of explaining as to why some of the theories might be what, you think is true. But yeah, no. So this one here, it's saying initially this statement says the Titanic didn't sink because it just so happened to hit an iceberg. It sank because the 3 men standing in the way of the creation of Federal Reserve were on it. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Okay, hear me out. The Titanic didn't sink because it just so happened to hit an iceberg. It sank because the 3 men standing in the way of the creation of the Federal Reserve were on it. In 1910, 6 men met on Jekyll Island just off the coast of Georgia. There, they planned the creation of the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank. The Rockefellers were represented by Nelson Eldridge and Frank Vandercliff. The Rothschilds were represented by Paul Warburg. And J.P. Morgan is represented by Henry Davidson, Charles Norton, and Benjamin Strong. Members of 3 more powerful American empires, Benjamin Guggenheim, Isidor Straus, and John Jacob Astor, all opposed the creation of the Fed. Now, J.P. Morgan owned International Mercantile Marines, a trust he had formed to monopolize trade routes. Because of this, J.P. Morgan controlled the White Star Line, which built the Titanic and its sister ships, the Olympic and the Britannic. In 1911, the Olympic had 2 incidents at sea, and one of these involved a crash with the HMS Hawk. The Royal Navy investigated the crash, found that the Olympic was at fault, and because of this, they wouldn't pay out the White Star Line for damages. We have evidence that J.P. Morgan simply repaired the Olympic, swapped it with the Titanic, and sank that ship for the money he felt he was owed. And you know who was supposed to be on the Titanic but canceled last minute? J.P. Morgan. But you know who was on it and who died? All 3 men who were standing in the way of the creation of the Fed. So J.P. Morgan got his payout, and him, along with the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, got a centralized banking system controlled by none other than themselves.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. And now here's the crazier kicker for me. Okay, the first thing that comes to mind for me is now all of that incidents happened on back then for that cause, right? And here we are, right? Here we are 100 years later. Here we are, and we're looking at a similar switch from now a central bank to a digital currency.
Right. So who's standing in the way, and what's Titanic going to be this time is what I'm curious about.
See here. Well, here's the thing. What if the Titanic situation kind of already happened?
That's possible.
We've already had a whole bunch of natural disasters, missile strikes, fucking, you know what I'm saying, tariffs that have been passed, and people in subsequent areas of them tariffs that were at high ranking spots have been just kind of offed.
Yeah.
I'm just
or
saying.
even like, I don't know what their stance would have been on that particular issue, but the 2, I think they were representatives that were killed by a fellow Democrat. Do you remember what I'm talking about? I can't remember their names. This was recent.
I
was
know.
like Moody
I know I know what you're talking. I cannot remember their names either. I'd have to
Yeah,
look
I
that
can't.
up.
I apologize, guys. I don't
You're
remember their
good.
names, but it's like if you dig into that, like, did they have some objection to perhaps the
Right.
Genius Act? Like,
Right. I'm saying.
just speculating, but that would be really interesting.
Right. Very.
The plane
very.
crashes and
That's what I was saying.
helicopter
The natural
crashes.
disasters, the missile strikes that we've had randomly in different areas over there on that side of the world, right? Who's to say that people from here, we have people stationed all over? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also all of those random events, plane crashes. You got fucking factories blowing up in certain areas. Farms getting fucking just completely leveled by fires. You know what I'm saying? Who's in these other, like, you have to think about not just the immediate incident, but who's in the area affected by this, right? Who could possibly be in them? And that's just I don't know. That's just the whole fucking thing here, because it's wild. right? Because we actually covered this, and we actually had a story similar to this. She just kind of laid out a whole bunch of actual like facts to it. The research I did, I didn't have all of that. I just went based on times and shit, and then I kind of went down a separate little rabbit hole. But she went down this rabbit hole with documents. Okay,
Yeah,
documents
she did.
on that. And I'm just saying, that just leaves me to believe what we had for information back then about the swap might just be actually true, especially when we expressed it as an insurance thing too. You know what I'm saying? We definitely expressed it as an insurance thing too, so that would make even more sense too.
Well,
But
that's
yeah,
like, it's so funny too that not funny, but like ironic that this involves like the Titanic, because one of my theories for a really long time was with the oh my gosh, now I can't remember his name either. The guy that like had the really crappy submarine that he tried to take down for a tour of the Titanic. That ended up he had like a
yeah,
PlayStation
no, yeah,
controller.
I know I know what you're talking about. The CEO
Oh
of the
my
company
god.
went in the
My
sub.
friend had a song that he wrote about it, and now it's like on the
Damn.
tip of my tongue. Um,
Hold
I was
on,
gonna
because
say
I know what you're talking about.
Swanson. It's not Swanson. It's something like that. Oh God, what's his name? Um,
Hold on, because
shit.
I have it right here. Hold on 1 second.
It's not Preston. It's something like that. It's like Swanson, Preston, Stockton. It was Stockton.
There it is.
Yeah, but he, I had this idea that maybe, because I can't remember what I researched that like kind of pointed me in that direction. I wish I could, but I was like, I wonder if they had huge life insurance policies and just kind of were like, hey,
I
and
don't
like
know.
faked it, and then cashed out and they were like happy living on an island somewhere. You never know. Because it just seems so wild that that this guy
He
would
would even
even try
try
to
it, right?
do
Even he
this.
would even try
Yeah.
it. It was made of carbon
So,
fiber and titanium. It says, yeah,
yeah. And
that
it
is
just like
crazy.
crushed. Like
hmm
it
Yeah,
wasn't
that
ready. It wasn't
it was
good.
called the Titan was the actual name of the sub. Um, and that happened in 2023. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious to know though who, as far as the crew, I'm still doing that research as far as the exact crew, company name, whatever that I can find as to who's making the fucking scans underwater, who was doing all that, getting the information in from that, saying that this isn't matching up. That's who I want to figure out.
Right.
Was doing that. That's my goal, low
Well,
key.
because like with the Stockton thing too, like I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, they found the vessel, if you will, or a submarine, like way far away from where the Titanic
hmm
even was. So it's like, what? Like, I mean, I guess it could have just sort of drifted, and I don't think
Right.
that they found their bodies, if I remember correctly. Like, and so I was like,
The assumption was that they
weird.
got ate by like sharks and shit. That's what
Right, right.
the story for the most part was. Which would
Yeah.
make sense if they weren't in fucking Arctic waters.
Yeah.
Like there's not very many sharks besides like a Greenland shark and a couple other species of sharks that go out, but even then they're like more deep sea dwelling and
Yeah.
they don't really come up that much.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just that it's just weird. I don't know.
It
I don't
is.
know.
It is. That story is just one that I stick a pin in because I'm just like, I
Right.
feel that's so
There's
weird. I feel like
more.
someone's
There's
gonna
definitely more
find
there.
him
But the
like
fact that
in
it's 100 years later
years
that
or
we're finding out about
yeah,
it, just
yeah.
keep that in the back of your mind. Like we're finding out the information. It's 100 years later. Who's to
Mhm.
say in 2000, 111? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We're not finding out actual facts and shit about certain things that happened in the last decade over here. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing is like when you add the passage of time, and you can keep it covered up for so long, it's like eventually you can kind of just like, well, let it out, leak it out a little bit because
Well, yeah, at that
it doesn't
point, it's
matter
like the
anymore.
principle don't matter no more.
Well, right. All the family members are passed or just
I
over
got you,
it,
G.
you know?
So listen, that article there, right, was expressing the fact that the Federal Reserve and coming to a central banking system, right? Now here's the flip, all right? We're switching over. It's inevitable at this point. People that try to deny it are crazy because it's being passed in legislation and other countries have already implemented it, and other countries are starting their beta sections on it. So it's coming, it's coming. Now, here's the fucked up part about it, is we're not going to be getting any kind of straight answers, I don't think. This video here I found is it's a hearing, it's a committee hearing, and this guy here is a representative that's actually asking the right question, right?
Right.
His question is, I'll say it just in case you can't hear it right off grip, but his question is, what is a central bank digital currency for, and what problem is it going to solve? Now, this is the guy that's going to ask the question. The next guy in the video is the guy that's supposed to be knowing the answer. All right. So yeah, supposed to be. Check this out.
CBDC for why? What problem is it going to solve?
Look, what's it for? It's to keep track with the reality of how we'll purchase and save and do our work with our goods. This is about being a modern economy that recognises how our citizens, want to do business, but that it throws up a number of challenges that you'd want to overcome before you decided to proceed.
What the fuck did he just say? What was the answer there?
Did
the answer is Is the answer
and well, yeah, because what he said doesn't even make sense. He says, "Oh my God, there are 4 deer in my yard."
That's dope.
But he said, while it's about how we save and spend our money.
So he said to keep track, and then immediately reverted from that, like he almost said something he wasn't supposed to. Keep track of what, bitch? You don't need to keep track of my purchases. Who gives a fuck? Unless it's 10,000, ain't nobody in the government need to know what it is.
But again, data is money. Like data is hugely valuable. So that could be part of what this is going into. How much more data can we feed to AI? Well, what if AI knew about every single thing that anybody purchased ever?
Right.
Well, we can't give AI access to personal private bank statements. How do we make it so that it's all online and it's all digital and AI can have access to it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's how. But I don't know what the purpose of that would be, other than
or what problem it solves. He never answered the questions. There was 2 very important questions he never even fucking answered. He started to keep track, and then he immediately was like, well, it's about the purchases and your decision making and all, and it's like, wait, what? I can do that with cash, bitch.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I get to the register, I'm like, you know what? I don't want that. I'll put the money right back in my pocket. Fuck it. What?
They can't track your cash purchases though. So it's almost like getting to a point where it's just like every single thing that you do. Like I like the guy, but Kennedy has RFK has come out and said that his goal is within the next 2 or 3 years or whatever, for every single American to be wearing a wearable health monitoring device.
Yeah.
Because that's data.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you're trying to control somebody, what's the first thing that you do? Especially if you think about people who are stalkers or people who, are abusive or whatever, they're going to watch you, they're going to gauge you, they're going to learn from you.
What if the health monitor device is actually just something that they can tell whether or not that person is officially deceased when they decide to do an attack or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Just the cynical shit about it.
But it could link back to, it could be anything. That's what's scary, is that we don't really know what the truth is. He could genuinely be I want everyone wearing a Fitbit so that, they can keep track of their steps and they can be healthy and they can know if they have, atrial fibrillation. Or I want to keep track of people so that we can measure the data, and when we put out and this is going to sound super conspiratorial, but I'm saying on the other end of the spectrum, when we push out anxiety pulses out of 5G towers, I want to see how many people have a hard time sleeping that night.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Headaches and shit.
Exactly.
Just a heads up, we explained earlier that some countries are in beta spots about this. This is actually one of them. This happened in Europe. So you can already see the if you've been keeping track on the Corner Convo, you can see that we've had a bunch of stories going on with Europe and how they've gotten their kind of system set up, with also the legislation that they have going on and who's actually in those spots of being able to pass it. You know what I'm saying? We went through a whole laundry list of who all they are, and they kind of all have one commonality. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, this was amazing when I seen this. I was like, okay, so that's what's going on governmental over there. Our governmental shit is crazier, okay? So check this shit out. You guys are gonna fucking tweak, because I feel like we're slowly getting told what to do rather than being asked to vote what to do, okay?
Right.
Check this shit out, okay? This was from a congressional hearing, and they're doing a vote on something. And yeah, just listen. I'll let y'all listen.
Is on ordering the previous question on the amendment on the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. Opinion of the chair. The ayes have it.
Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman from Massachusetts.
I ask for the yeas and nays and a hearing aid for you.
The yeas.
What?
The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. Sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered.
Yeah, you just heard him. He did the vote, yays or nays. You heard of an abrupt no, and he still was like, all right, the yays have it. Excuse me, bitch. Then the dude from Massachusetts say, yo, hold on. Can I get a recount? Can I get a recount and a hearing aid for you, you dumb fuck? Like,
right.
That's crazy. That is
Dude,
just straight
it's so
crazy.
funny because I've experienced this kind of a thing. And this was when I was like on the board at the bocce club. And so we had a guy who led the whole thing, kind of like this guy. And he would go over various, things that we needed to vote on. Anything from like if we would agree to take a loan from him to, where we're gonna get the pizza for the club from, whatever.
Right.
And he would just say, all in favor, say aye. And like, he'd hear a couple people, or he'd have someone say, someone would pose the motion, and then somebody else would say that they second the motion, and then he would say, well, all in favor, say aye. The same people who just posed and second the motion say aye, right? So that's 2 out of like the 10 of us, I think that there were.
Right.
And there were times that like I wouldn't say aye, but he would be like, he'd hear a couple people be like aye, and he'd be like, okay, yeah, we're moving, and then he would just quickly move on. And finally, at one point, I just like kind of raised my hand. I'm like, could we do this differently? Like, instead of you just like having us say aye, like, could we just like put our heads down and put our hands up and do an anonymous vote or something? Because it just really seems like there's no opportunity for anyone to oppose this motion.
Right.
There's never, and the only way that we're going to be able to do that would be to hang our necks out and be like the only one. But it's like, before we vote and pass it through aye, if someone opposes, they should have an opportunity to oppose it, or to ask questions, or to get more clarity on the situation. And this just, well, it sounds like everybody said aye. It's unanimous. Well, there's like 3 of us sitting over here who didn't say aye. There were 2 who prompted it, or motioned. And those 2 are in on it because that's like the thing that they want to do. That leaves like maybe 4 or 5 people. That's not a majority. Like,
right. And you can clearly hear this. No, like, bro. Did you not use the Q-tip this morning? Like, what happened?
It's just right with all like, and that's what I find so wild is shit like this. Like, we have so much technology right now. There's probably a fucking app you could put on your phone that you can vote on in real time, completely anonymously. And that'd be a really easy way for them to do this, but they're not doing it that way.
There's
like a lot of
definitely
times
one of those.
This guy who headed up the board of directors or whatever, or the board that I was on that I'm talking about, he would just sort of like, it just felt like he was just pushing things through. And
for sure.
He would very briefly sort of explain what was going on, and then he'd push it through, and a couple people would say aye, and he'd be like, all right, sounds good. And I'd just be sitting there like, wait a minute, I still have more questions about this. We're moving on though. Okay. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's how it be. That's how it be, man. It's and you guys seen it right here. We got people that are sitting there like, yo, wait a minute, hold the phone, okay, hold the fuck up. And then even after that, he laughed it off. As if the whole room didn't just hear you fuck that up.
And nobody did anything about it, because can anybody?
And my point exactly. That's literally my point exactly. They're all in shock, but you don't think the nose over all them yays, you don't think the nose could have just been like, fuck you, just freaking the fuck out? They just sat back. He was like, yo, do me a favor, bro. You need to change, turn it up. I don't know what you need to do, but the hearing aid, let's get it fixed. And then he just laughed it off that was nothing. It was nothing.
The only one voting here is that guy that you're seeing in that brown chair. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just him.
Yeah. It's
crazy. It's the same thing with our election, the electoral, the delegates that each state gets. Not a lot of people know this, but they're not required by law to vote on behalf of their state. So Ohio, for example, could have 80% of their voters select a certain candidate and 20% select the other. What he's supposed to do is, delineate his delegated vote based on who the people in the state voted for.
Right.
But he's under no actual legal obligation to do that.
Nope. You can see that too. You've seen it before. There was a couple of different times where the state was leaning one way, and then the actual delegation vote went the other way.
Right.
And it's like, wait a minute, hold up, what?
What's even crazier is those super delegates. They're not elected by the people of the state. They're appointed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I really strongly just don't agree with the Electoral College, because it's way too easy to rig.
Right.
It's way too easy to rig.
That's facts.
It's messed up.
Yeah, super messed up. Okay, so hold on one second. We're going to break away from here real quick. I'm gathering up some of these links here. And if you guys have any links in the chat, man, make sure you guys hit the submission form, get those in there, and we'll get you guys played up here. I think we have a couple of them coming up. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break and let you guys do the same, whatever you got to do. Also, this is the perfect time. If you got tracks, submit them, all right, during the break. But yeah, we'll be right back in just a little bit. Again, this is the Korner Konvo podcast. We just went through some of the bulletin breakdown. We have a couple more bulletin breakdowns to come back to as well after the queue. But yeah, appreciate y'all hanging out with us. It's Friday, August 1st. Again, ladies' night. Submission form is open. Make sure y'all tap in. Let's get it.
Yo, this is K3. Yo, it's your boy T1D.
Hey, it's your boy Weirdo.
Hey, it's your girl Josefina.
What's up? This is Oric Raps.
Hey, it's Siren.
Yo, this is Bad Conduct, and you're about to grab a motherfucking seat, and you're tuned into the Blunted Ones Radio Network.
Power up.
Power up
podcast and music is definitely here, bro.
All right, we are back. We are back, guys. We have, let me see here. Who did we have up first? Trying to double check here on this list. We have, I believe, Ricky Rax on deck on here first. Yes. All right. It's called Behind Tint. Behind Tint. That is the track that we have from Ricky Rax. This one is released. It is a vibe check coming in from Ricky here. Everybody, again, tapping in. Please make your submissions to the form in the chat. If you don't see it, let me know. We will send it again. You know what I'm saying? That way you can get your submission in. But this one here is a published track, Behind Tint. Ricky Rax, let's get it.
Just like UConn, I'm stuffing packs inside this GMC. 5% my team, AMG. One thing about good dope is it don't sell itself, nigga. I should sound what got it. It's that cocaine music, and I'm easily influenced. They can't say that I ain't grinding. They can't say that I ain't put the time in. You can come and link, put some charm in. Rapper turn streamer, catch a hat just for content. I ain't regular, I don't do nothing that's common. I want residuals, I'm stacking up these damn commas. I'm counting blues and I got blood on my shoes. I be sliding right up in designer shoes. I stay dangerous, but I'm keeping racks all in the safe. Niggas out here dying every day. Caught him on 48, left his ass without a trace. I came from Section 8 with nothing much up on my plate. I paint pictures like Picasso, watch how I demonstrate. Watch how I overstraight. Why would I hesitate when the chopper gon' penetrate? I don't know about you, but I'm in good hands like Allstate. I was crying tears behind this Glock like Max Payne. Vacuum seal and put it right in plastic, I'm going big, yeah, Jurassic, Catch me right in traffic, nigga, with that ratchet, Catch me right in traffic, nigga, with that static. Like Matilda, I got magic. I got hoes, nigga, yeah, they work for magic. 32 off in my Glock like magic. I made myself a businessman, now I'm established. I seen them switch for a chain and an image. Acting like killers, nigga, we know y'all ain't with it. I kept receipts, now I'm taxing up the price. I ran off with the packs and my B.O.R.N. Every hustler needs a prayer. I try to tell my daughter keep his medal. Niggas out here dying with that shit on them. Niggas out here playing with that dog on them.
Yeah, that was Ricky Rax right there. Behind Tint on this one here from Ricky Rax. Again, a vibe check on this. Shout out to Ricky for sending that in. Up next, we have a track here from Josefina. We have a couple of tracks from Josefina, but we have a Bad Conduct in between those. We have this one called, hold on, let me see, because it's cut off. We the Truth. We the Truth. It's got Josefina, I believe, Smoking Diesel, El Train Voorhees, and there's one other, I believe, I can't see it. But we'll check this out here. Vibe check coming in. Let's get it. You go, Ricky. Submit another one, bro.
Step back. More your shooters about to spit facts. Never miss a snake pitch while them rats fall in. Captain, yeah, we dismantle your has been. Don't you know, bitch, we stay back. Yeah, queen, yeah, coming hard. You just fucking mad cause I'm a fucking broad. Got the vibes and the energy, cooking up a vibe. And I'm lyrically killing it like gear. Bitch, I don't give a damn if you got a problem. Yeah, you gotta solve them cause that ain't my issue. Don't care about what you gotta say cause we about to dismiss you. Cause you a lame, you ain't about the game, you just about the talk. Me and my team, yeah, we about the life, go ahead and test the water. Step back, checking up the deuces, yeah, we get that. On a mission, roll your shooters, pop that. Spit facts, we the truth.
See when the truth step in the booth, they understand it's not fault. I tell them niggas it ain't nothing with they facts, not like all. Then pop off with the pop off when it pops. I'm shooting shots. It's more like if I ring the bell and rock. It's that hello. You know, let me dunk on them. You call a nigga mellow. You know Anthony, no Anthony. It's the type of shit that on the ant and see. You know if it's more ants to be, cause you know that's that pile.
Step back, more you shooters about to spit facts. Never miss a snake pits while them rats fall in. Captain, yeah, we dismantle your has-been. Don't you know, bitch, we stay back.
I don't play these stupid games. Get the fuck up out my face. What you really trying to say? I don't give a fuck at all. I'm amusing what they're trying, but they never get to me. I just stay on phase and blowing down like every day. Blazing on the gun, just smoking heavy marijuana. Popping out on that microphone. Been the one that's in the zone. Tell me that I'm bad for what? You can go and summon us. I'm the one to tell them I still do not give not a fuck.
Step back, yeah, we choking up the deuces. Get that on the mission, roll your shooters. Pop that, spit facts, we the truth, bitch. Step back, more you shooters about to spit facts. Never miss a snake pits while them rats fall in. Captain, yeah, we dismantle your has-been. Don't you know, bitch, we stay back.
With so many shit sakes when haters lips get loose, I'm the answer like AI. Paul Pierce, absolute truth. 100 proof without the chaser. Means no juice. Spaz and Tasmanian devil, I'm wicked inside the booth. Catch my country ass with a mic cord, choking out a bull moose. They been playing foul ball, now the chickens come back to roost. These lyrics are poisonous, kinda creepy like a brown recluse. I'm a culture shock. These people in the pool with 30 Pikachu. Smoothly as I'm rhyming, streamlining, niggas can't stand it. How I move with no resistance, bars are aerodynamic.
Step back, yeah, we choking up the stools. Get that on the mission, roll your shooters as a squad. Spit facts, we the truth, baby. Stay back, getting better, stand back.
Yeah, that is We the Truth, presented by the Raw Shooters. Giosefina on that, and I think she said Audius Reed is the other collaborator that I did miss out on the intro there. But yeah, no, Smoking Diesel, L Train Voorhees, Giosefina, and Audius Reed on this one. Super dope track. Okay, so we got some work to do now. So, Mom, we got some work to do.
All right.
Yeah. This one coming in from Bad Conduct. And yeah, everybody in the chat, man, you already know what it is. Lock and load. Lock and load, because Bad Conduct is on the block, and he finna get a drive-by. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, man, I'm sorry. I do have a quick announcement, though, with this track. It says, don't know its name yet. So, Bad Conduct, let the chat know if they have an opinion as far as a name. You know what I'm saying? Let them know if they got the option of throwing it out there. Or they could just throw it out there anyway. Maybe he might just grab it and run with it. I don't know. But he finna get, drive by right now. Let's go. Bad Conduct. Fuck you doing, man? You better duck.
Under a microscope to see the dope slope of metaphors. Fine lines, similes distort like a 3 a.m. bogger roar. From a calligraphy tongue speaking clear and fine form, I represent the quest dimensions. Born in animation, I'm suspended, dissecting the sentence. I exit stage left on the thunderstorm before. Retrospect gathers momentum, full force pushing me toward fake falls. Fuck white collar work ethics for sure, I'm a savage. Leaving blood pants splattered, sporadic. I've had it with these actors who claim they the package. Wank is the best they average. Just because you got a backpack and a snapback don't mean you can rap, you got to practice. I need a spaceship to fly me up out this bitch while the orchestra plays symphony soundscapes that reverberate conflict. Oculus blaze behind my gaze when the weed hits this. Classic rap enigmatic, phonetic, spastic, pouring out verses, both born charismatic like a habit. My natural habitat, fitting into any space I'm at naturally. I know I'm fat, that's P-H-A-T, the B-A-D. Butter up the beaten feast till I can't see my feet or even eat up your dreams. Watch them disappear in the fat ear like magic trick. This potent poet freeway driving the night on the wrong side just to feel alive. After I hear your rhyme, what you call the verse of your life? I'm like, no, bro, did you try? Don't wanna look like a bitch when the bro's round. Trust me, fuck a bad bitch in my own house. I'm a boss when she goes out, no doubt. Loudmouth, got my own bounce now. Got my own sound, it's underground, that's what no one found out. And it doesn't do the rounds now. doesn't do the rounds now. Fuck a bad bitch in my own house. I'm a boss when she goes out, no doubt. I'm a boss when she goes out. Don't wanna look like a bitch when the bros round. Trust me, fuck a bad bitch in my own house. I'm a boss when she goes out, no doubt. Loud mouth, got my own bounce now. Got my own sound that's underground. That's why no one found out, and it doesn't do the rounds now. Fuck a bad bitch in my own house. I'm a boss when she goes out, no doubt. Loud mouth.
Okay. Bad conduct. Again, don't know its name yet. All right, so I don't know what to call it yet. But all right. So, Mom, what we got here for a drive-by? What you got for him? Start us off.
All right, hold on. Getting all my things together.
You're good.
There's just like this family of 4 deer in my yard right now, and I'm like mesmerized by them. There's 2 babies and 2 mommies.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I know. That's so weird. Anyways, okay, so for quality, like I know he said that the mix on this was like meh or whatever, but like it didn't really sound too meh to me. It sounded pretty clean. So I had a 4. The only thing that I had was like at around, and I tried to put like the timestamps to like 50 seconds, and then again it starts up again at like 1:15. There was
Right.
this backing synth that's like boom, 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 or something like that. And
Right.
it just kind of was taking away from his vocals a little bit. So if he has the ability to sort of like dial that back just a touch, the synth, or just bring his vocals up in that area a little bit, I think that would sound really good. Um, Relatability, I had a 4. I mean, I liked what was going on. I can't say that I was totally paying attention because again, there were a whole bunch of deer in my yard and I was like extremely distracted, so I apologize. But then replayability, I have a 5. I think this was like a really cool track and I liked the beat and everything. So I don't know if he made this beat. Did he say at the beginning if he made it, or
I didn't see anything out there. No, I didn't see
I
anything
wasn't
suggesting
sure.
that. He might have.
Yeah,
It's a
because like
possible. You know what I'm
it's just
saying?
it's like a really cool vibe. Like I really wouldn't know where to put this under as far as like genre. And so it was unique to listen to and I liked that about it a lot.
Right. For me, I'm on the mix side of things. I'm at 3.
Mhm.
I hear some of the things he's talking about in the chat. I totally agree with. But overall, for me, I think it's just a balancing on this voluming issue. Because for me, it's clean. I hear everything kind of clean. I know he's got some things that he wants to kind of probably implement in there to kind of accentuate certain areas, which I kind of hear maybe the idea or the direction he's going with it, with what's here already. But it's overall like I want to hear him a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just throughout the whole thing, I want to hear him a little bit more. The beat is nice, super dope beat. But okay, I see him. Yeah, it's not his beat. Just low production. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I see that. And that's all I'm seeing though. Anything that is implemented within the mix after this is like more or less for me on the constructive side of things would be all self predicated as far as whatever you kind of want to experiment with and do. You know what I'm saying? I know bad conduct. You know what I'm saying? He's got a process. I see where this is going though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Main thing for me though is volume right now. I think maybe if the volume comes up, it might even actually give you the ideas, like, you know what I'm saying, where to go and shit like that. When you can hear it a little. For me, that's all I got though. Like the voluming.
Yeah.
Relatability and replayability right now is out of 4. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like I said, I just want to hear it. Just want to hear it a little more. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Smidge. That was bad conduct though. Again, don't know the name. If you guys have one, throw it out there. Let them know what you think it could possibly be called. You might just get it picked up. I don't know. We do have another whip back to back. So hey, everybody that just unloaded, you better reload. I'm just saying, you better reload.
Get them in there.
She said that is just Tessa J. So this is just Tessa on this. Okay, I'm just trying to get this together.
Tessa Jane. Yeah.
Yeah, it says featuring Tessa Jane, but I think it's just her right now. Okay, it's just her on this. So it's a whip. Does that mean that there's open verses, G? Because if that's the case, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to go too crazy with the scaling on this. But I believe it's called Strata Riot. I guess. Okay, she does the whole thing. Got you. Roger that. Let's get it. Tessa Jane on this one. Let's go.
Top notch music group. Top notch, bitch. Run shooters in the house. Double G's up on my chain. For them galaxies, I'm
Oh, it's Start a Riot. Start a Riot, guys.
Let's go. I already know who the fuck it is, yes. We got Top Mouth Music Group. Top Mouth in this bitch too. God is dying, hey, road shooters been in my motherfucking veins. What you haters gotta say, hey, diamonds up all day long, yes, Capone, you can take my motherfucking dick, go, get down on your knees, you ain't nothing but a bitch boy to me, yes, all you motherfuckers wanna act like you so hard up on your motherfucking tracks, but I guarantee you couldn't stand toe to toe with me, yes, if you wanna go bar for bar, I'll show you who the real legend be. I ain't never been afraid of you pussy wannabes. Always hiding behind the screen, internet I thugs. Get the fuck up out my face. Guess I'm about to start a whole riot on this app right now, bitch. Hey, what it do? Oh, meet me in the motherfucking mosh pit, bitch. Guarantee that I'll take any of these wannabes out any motherfucking day. One take, that's all I need. They know I've been the baddest motherfucking queen of lives ever seen. If they gotta question me, then they can motherfucking go ahead. Yes, slide up in my DMs. We can do this shit, we can get real lit. Meet me on the live stream, bitch. Cause guarantee that these motherfuckers, they couldn't handle us a giant. No, I be spitting shit so insane at the top of my brain. I can go and go for like fucking hours straight, yo. Literally, and these motherfuckers be taking fucking days to make a single diss track. They drop that shit, then they get it ran up by they fucking bots and think that they fucking hot. Nah, you nothing but some white ass fake motherfuckers if you ask me. And if you want the fucking fame, then you can get it any motherfucking day. Don't forget I never been afraid. Rapping Trap Mouth Music Group, yo, top my bitch, what a fucking do. Oh, you already know, everywhere I go, got these golden double G's up on my chain, oh, world shooters been the fucking elite team over all levels. I don't give a fuck if they really want the smoke, tell them we can go, on below. I know I can run circles around this whole motherfucking app all on my own. Don't say I didn't want your soul. If you see us coming, just know we about to start a riot everywhere we go.
All right, Tessa Jane on this one. Again, submitted by G on this one here. Raw shooters in the building. Start a riot. My fault. Apologies. It was a typo. Okay, it was a typo. It's start a riot. This one is Tessa Jane on this one. Again, work in progress. Still kind of on the forefront of this, but. What you got for this right now, Mama, on what you're hearing?
Okay, hold on. I'm still sort of typing my thoughts out. Give me just a sec.
You're good. You're good.
I got too many things going on. Jeez. All right, here we go. Hold on. I will write things and then I'm like, that's not really in the right spot. Let me just move that.
Right.
Okay. So, for this one, this was a little low on the spectrum for me. I had 2, 2, 3. As far as the quality, I feel like this probably wouldn't have I wouldn't have rated this so low if there wasn't so much going on,
Right.
the more you add to a track, the more you really have to pay attention to what you're doing with it and where you're putting it and how it affects the listener's ear. So I just
Right.
want to put that up front. Like if there was less going on in this, it probably would be higher. That being said, so like all of my feedback is just to help with what you have going on in this track. There's way too much effects on the vocals, I feel. Maybe you could leave like the kind of the super reverby, echoey and all that, maybe for just like the intro if you wanted to kind of do that. At first, that was what I had marked down was like, oh man, the effects on the intro are a little too high. But then I realized it was going to maintain for the rest of the song. So I would just say overall, it's way too much, even for an intro. Like, because a lot of times people will do kind of like a cool little, vocal effect on an intro. I would say even for an intro, it's a little bit too much. I like that. I like the idea that she had here of like having the lower octave double.
The backing,
I think that's
yeah.
really cool, but it was too loud. So my brain was sort of like, wait, who am I listening to? Whose song is this? Is it this girl or is it this creepy demonic sounding guy? I don't know who I'm listening to. So bring
Right.
him down, or not him. Like
Well,
how I
yeah.
put character, like you kind of make it into a character in your song. So bring him
Right.
down and stereo spread him so that he is not eating up all your your bandwidth and fighting with you in the mix. The vocals need cleaned up. They're very muddy to me. They're getting lost with the beat, and they really need to be compressed and probably just maybe even spread a little bit. Yeah, but it was just like I could hear where she was going with it, and I really liked it, but it was just, especially with a beat that's this aggressive, this kind of had a rock feel to it. Like rock
Right.
music is like historically very difficult to mix because there's so much competition between the guitars and the vocals and the drums and the
Yup.
bass, and like, so you really have to be mindful of that, and compression is going to be your best friend. Compression and probably some exciter plugins when you're dealing with especially female vocals on a sort of rock type beat. As far as
That's why
relatability, I had a
stage presence is actually like people don't understand this, but the stage setup and all of that is set up for a reason. Like drums are normally
Mhm.
one of the loudest and most, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
One of the most like projected things in a band. So that's why they're in the
Mhm.
back. So you're not staring at the drummer the entire show. You got the guy up front singing that you're supposed to be listening and looking at. That's why he's up front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's actually a really good, like, that's a good thing to point out, because as far as like mixing goes, if you're just getting into it and
Mm-hmm.
you're not really sure of all the nuances when it comes to like what instruments should be where in your mix, picture a stage in your head, picture your left channel as the left side of a stage and your right channel as the right side of a stage and your
Mm-hmm.
center channel as, sort of the middle. And that kind of helps a lot with that. Um, yeah, that's like a
Yes, Napa,
brilliant,
we are.
that's a
Yeah, yeah.
brilliant
We do
metaphor.
drive-by reviews for unreleased music, and then if you got a release track on the corner, we do a vibe check if the chat fucks with it or not. You know what I'm saying? My fault. Go ahead, Mom.
Very good. So for relatability, I had it too. The only reason, like, I liked what she was talking about to a degree, but I feel like the rhyme scheme in this was like off for me. That's like sometimes to me, it feels like your rhyme scheme is going to kind of be the heartbeat of your song and your lyrics, and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't find the pulse. I couldn't
Right.
locate it.
I get what
So
you're
it was
saying.
like driving me a little nuts because I wanted to fall into the pocket and like kind of expect that rhyme to hit when I wanted it to, and I was like, where is it? So
Right.
I would just maybe refocus the structure of the lyrics to be a little bit more, ABA or ABCA or whatever you want to do, that your rhyme scheme needs to kind of follow a pattern just to keep the listener engaged. And I feel like, I'm just going to be honest here. I do feel like, I know this was like I think it was a Royal Shooters track. Like it was a little bit heavy on the promo side for me. So that kind of like leads into the relatability rating. I gave it a 3. I
Right,
really liked
right.
the beat. I liked where it was going, but like to me, this felt super promotional. Like I'm not in Royal Shooters, so like I just couldn't really relate to it, and I don't know that I would play it
Right,
again for
right.
myself, just because I just feel out of a loop, and I feel like I'm listening to a bunch of people talk about how cool they are, but I'm not part of it. So you know what I mean? I'm just being honest. So yeah, that's where
No,
I
I
sit.
get it. I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
I had similar scores. I was at 3s across the board on this because I have similar things that you were talking about. A little bit too much going on and all that. And as far as basically everything you structured, you know what I'm saying? The difference is that I am in Roll Shooters. I do know what's being said a little bit more to a degree in this and relatability side. So it's kind of odd because you have the non-relatability side. I have a little bit
Mhm.
more of a relatability side to it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm at 3s across the board. Everything Sub Mom said, you know what I'm saying? Totally agree with. Definitely a mix is something that needs to be worked on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go back and listen to what Sub Mom said. Again, I agree with all of that. And definitely kind of fine tune this overall mix. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We're gonna take a quick break, come back with some more news, and then we got some more in the queue that we'll finalize here towards the end of the show. But again, we'll take a quick break real fast. Blunt Ones Radio Network. I'm OC Kush. That's Sub Mom. We'll be right back.
Yo, this is K3. Yo, it's your boy T1D.
Hey, it's your boy Weirdo.
Hey, it's your girl Josefina.
What's up? This is Oric Raps.
Hey, it's Siren.
Yo, this is Bad Conduct, and you're about to grab a motherfucking seat, and you're tuned into the Blunted Ones Radio Network.
Power
Power
up.
Power of podcast and music is definitely here, bro.
We are back. We got some more of these news articles, and this one here particularly is actually this is a follow-up of a story that we did with the young girl that had her parents, of all things, tried. Well, I guess it's allegedly now.
Right. Well,
because they were found not guilty of the attempted murder. But yeah, they choked their daughter out in what they were calling an honor killing thing that was going on. But this is what we got going on here. So Washington parents were found not guilty in the attempted honor killing trial in Lacey, Washington. All right. The facts that we know about it, basically, since all this has come out, the father here and the mother were found not guilty on the attempted murder. And that was on their 17-year-old daughter right outside of her high school. All right. They were found, though. Got some other information here. They were found guilty of second-degree assault, fourth-degree assault, and an unlawful imprisonment. And then the mother was found guilty of violating a protective order, but was not found guilty of the murder or the assault or burglary. So this story is interesting because you see video evidence of them doing this. They say what it is, what they attempted to do. Would that not constitute premeditated?
Yeah, and like for me, what I find really crazy is that in this article or like this news briefing, it says that oh my God, I'm sorry. Zahra Ali, which is the father, had already attacked her daughter, and she had a prior restraining order from the North Thurston School District for an incident that happened in 2024.
Let me correct you real quick. Zahra Ali is actually the mother.
That's the mom? Oh, okay.
Isan was the one choking his daughter, yeah.
Okay, so she had a restraining order prior to this incident from something that happened in 2024. And the daughter had reported abuse by both parents before this.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, obviously, like, sentencing hasn't happened yet. That's scheduled for mid-August.
Right.
It says that Ali was released on personal recognizance. I have no idea what that means.
That was just she was just released. She doesn't have the charges that she have aren't significant enough to keep her till trial. So they just kind of gave her a slap on the wrist and said, "Listen, don't go nowhere. We need you in court when court is time. So just make sure you're available."
They filed no contact orders. The father is still in custody, which is good. The mother is not. But I still like speaking from the experience of someone who's been attacked in a very similar way, and then having a very low dollar amount bail set for my attacker, which was then paid by one of his family members, and he was out by the morning. That no contact order is kind of a joke because
Right.
that's just, I mean, like you're just literally, here's a piece of paper that tells you to leave this person alone. What I really, really, really hope we do not have to report to you guys in like a week or two is that mom, got a little ballsy and took her out while she was sleeping, or snuck into
Right.
her bedroom, or because like it's wild to me. It's absolutely wild to me that this girl has reported her parents before for attacking her.
Right.
And given the circumstances and given the knowledge of the cultural precedent for what happens when your daughter doesn't obey in these areas, that
Now,
this
I hate to
wasn't.
say this, but do you think that had anything to do with
Yeah, I do.
guilty, non-guilty?
I really do, because I feel like
Which is wild because it was
people.
in America, so it should go by
Yes.
America and what we do here, right? It
Yeah.
shouldn't be about
And
that.
that's what's crazy is like if you like if somebody does some sort of like occult sacrifice, you're not the government or the judiciary branch is not going to look at that and say, well, this was they're Satanists or whatever, and they were following these occult beliefs, and in their religion they need to sacrifice someone, so it's actually, you know what, it's not that bad. Like I get that we have freedom of religion here in the United States, but that's as long as it's not hurting anybody. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
And this was all over an arranged marriage that the daughter
yes.
eventually said she didn't want to do.
Yeah. So they were trying to sell her off to a dude in Iraq, and she was like, I don't want to do that. I'm here in America. I have a boyfriend. I'm happy. I don't want to go back to Iraq, and I don't want to marry this 36-year-old dude as a 16-year-old girl or 17-year-old girl, whatever, like totally understandable. Why did you come here is my question for them. Because why would you come here with your daughter and then still try to participate in arranged marriage, still try to participate in honor killings? That's
Right.
not what we do here. So you might be lost. I don't think that you're in the right country, and maybe you should kind of like go back to where you came from. That's my personal belief, because these people
Well, I mean, go to
are.
where it would be looked at differently, right? Like, why
I mean,
come
I'm
to a
not.
spot
Yeah,
where it's
like
gonna be like, hey, listen, you shouldn't be doing that.
right. And I think that them getting away with this slap on the wrist is fucking bullshit, because it really adds a sort of like precedent that it's okay to do this kind of thing here. Now, granted, they haven't been sentenced yet, and we don't know what. But I guarantee you that mom is not gonna. She's not gonna do any time,
Well,
and
who's
the
to say
dad will
that this
probably.
precedent isn't? It's a weird precedent that they're setting with this, but who's to say this isn't the initial precedent? Who's to say like
Right.
this was like a litmus test, like see if we can get away with this? They did some crazy shit, and because of this
Mm-hmm.
heritage that they have, we kind of let them off a little easier. Let's see about this, because I mean, who's to say other heritages aren't going to start doing some crazy shit
Yeah.
on this soil? And now we have and again the whole court system as a whole, as a individual, as far as individually, like state and county and all that, have basically just kind of been like, listen, you guys have like really no power anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they end up
Mhm.
saying something at a higher up, is basically it.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, it's just to me. I mean, I can understand from a legal standpoint perhaps why they went with the um just the assault charges, and maybe not necessarily the attempted murder, because typically your hands aren't always a lethal weapon, so there wasn't, I guess, if you looked at it from a legal standpoint, perhaps lethal force wasn't being used, But it easily could have been. So that's where I get hung up on it. I mean, what was their intent? You know,
I mean, so all right, so you're telling me that if I'm at the grocery store and some dude literally just doesn't like me or whatever, tells the person
Mhm.
behind him like, "Yeah, fuck this dude," and then just it starts to choke me.
Mhm.
That wouldn't
Yeah.
constitute as premeditated and attempted. You know what I'm saying?
Premeditated, no, because he would have had to have known you and planned it for it to
I
be
just said he didn't like me. If
premeditated.
it's somebody that I didn't, I know them, but they don't like me. There are a couple people back
Well,
in
but see,
line, and they just come up behind me, and start choking me. Like,
that's an assault. That's an assault. But that's where I'm getting hung up on this with them because it does seem premeditated.
right?
And you don't premeditate assault, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they had planned to go to where she was getting out of school. They knew her schedule. They met her. How is that not premeditated?
Right.
Assault is typically something that happens under high emotional circumstances. So, yeah, you're in a grocery store. Maybe you have a shirt on that the guy doesn't like. It starts to piss him off. He loses control of his emotions and he attacks you. That's assault. That's not
I'm still hung up on the
attempted
fact that the
murder.
name and title of what they were going to do is called an honor killing, meaning that they know they're
Right.
going to do it
Right. And
beforehand.
right. And so that definitely like makes it seem like there's a really good case for the fact that it was premeditated. And if it's premeditated, nobody, I mean, maybe people premeditate assault, I guess, like, hey, meet me in the parking lot tomorrow, I'm gonna beat you up, I guess.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's why I said the only
yeah.
reason I think
4 o'clock,
they're getting
motherfucker.
yeah, the only reason I think they're getting away with it is because lethal force wasn't exactly used. He didn't have a gun, he didn't have a knife, so he was just using his hands. So I really think that's the only reason that they were able to just say it's an assault charge. Um,
It's ironic
but
too because one punch could kill somebody.
it absolutely could. It
The
absolutely
right
could.
punch could definitely kill somebody. So I would consider them lethal.
Yeah. Well, and if you're certain, I think if you're a black belt in karate, a lot of them, their hands they actually have to be registered as lethal
Yeah.
weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They have to carry a card because I used to date a guy that had a card he had to carry with him because he knew how to kill somebody with his hands really easily.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't
like
doubt it.
in that circumstance I could see it. But it's just one of those things like where I personally am like, dude, attempted murder, easy. But I'm not a court of law. And when you look at law doesn't really care about all that other extenuating circumstance. It just cares about what actually was done. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I just hope that this girl finds a network of supportive people and she gets to somewhere that's safe. And I hope that the mom will adhere to her no contact order and that we
Yeah.
don't have another update in like a week or two saying that now this girl's dead. Like I
Facts.
really hope it doesn't come to that.
That's facts. That is
So,
hella facts right there. I'm just saying.
mhm.
Um, look, that was just a follow up. You seen it on the article. Mid-August is when we should be hearing a little bit more information about the sentencing and seeing exactly where everything's going to stand with the two parents themselves. Collectively, though, I'm still trying to find information about the daughter. What exactly does that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if they were. Did they move here, right? So like, how is she going to be placed in? Do they have other
Yeah, I don't.
family? Like, I don't know the situation there. Because if they
Right,
both get
right.
sentenced for months and or years or whatever, where's she gonna be? Like, I get
That's
it,
her
she's
best,
17, but she ain't
honestly.
18 yet.
No, that's her best scenario, though. I think truly, like, and I'm not one to always be like, yeah, let's take the kids away from the parents. But in this scenario, yeah, let's take the kid away from the
Well, I
parents.
would, yeah, duh. They
I
don't,
would
they don't
hope
want her
that
anyway. At
I would
that
hope
point,
that, like, but see, that's what drives me crazy is like, where was the advocacy for this poor girl before this happened? Because obviously, in that article, it said that in September of 2024, she had reported both of her parents for like abusing her, and she had a no contact order back then for that mom. So like at this point, why aren't we moving forward, and why aren't we actually issuing a restraining order, and why aren't we,
Right.
calling CPS, and like why aren't we putting her in protective custody? Like maybe those things are being done and I just, don't have that information, but she's a child. Like what the actual fuck, bro? It's crazy.
Look, I get it. I get it.
I don't care. Like, if you want to have whatever religion you want to have, you fucking do your damn thing. I don't care if you want to pray to your freaking garbage can every day, like in your front yard. If that's what makes you happy, fucking do it. But if your religion is going to involve killing people who didn't do a damn thing wrong, or like abusing your fucking kids, then I don't think that anybody should give you a softer sentence because, oh, well, that's your cultural upbringing and that's your religion. And no, bitch, as soon as you stepped foot into our country, you needed to fucking learn what we have going on here and what's legal and what's not legal. And I don't care if that shit was cool in Iraq. It's not cool here.
Right.
Like, that's my stance on it. It makes me really mad, especially because, like, of the other students and her boyfriend and the other people that had to witness this bullshit. And then they're probably following up on it, and they're finding out like, oh, well, her mom's still not arrested, and or well, she got out on bail or whatever, and that's probably scary for all of them too. It's like it feels like, for as much as people say and shout Islamophobia, the handling of situations like this doesn't really do a whole lot except to perpetuate those kinds of fears.
Right.
Because you're just letting them back out. You know what I mean? Like, you got to set a very clear example that we don't do this here, and this is not okay here.
Right.
It's
I
wild.
get it. I totally understand that. Where did it go? Hold on one second, because we have some more articles here. I do have a funny one though, real quick. I believe this is the funny one you sent in about the random dude in Australia.
Yeah, this is actually really funny.
Okay, so
it's a good palate cleanser.
Right. We have this one. I have a couple more that I'm gonna talk about as well. I just want you guys to kind of be in the loop with this if you haven't already kind of gotten information on it. But this one we'll check out. It is the headline on this says, "What's the most petty thing you've done in a breakup?" And this is what they got to say about it.
Can's mother has been forced to block dozens of calls after her ex-partner allegedly took her phone number and plastered it on poles here around the CBD, telling people to call up and impersonate Chewbacca for a chance to win $100.
This would be the most childish breakup I've ever had. Like, all he had to do was be mature and go, I don't love you anymore, I want to move on.
The calls have been waking her and her 3 young children up at odd hours in the evening, and they're yet to stop.
Yo.
Wait, listen to
this. Phone calls at really strange hours of the night, about 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock.
Forced to call back the wannabe Wookiees and tear down the posters.
Wow, dude. He said, all right, so if you guys had a little bit of trouble hearing that, what happened was the guy broke up with his girl, and instead of, just kind of parting ways like, any normal people do, he had a little chip on his shoulder, all right? So he wanted to dip it. He just wanted to get a little dip on that one. So he threw up posters around his little city and area there, and they had the little pull-away tags, right? The little pull-away posters. And each one of the pull-away tabs had the phone number of his ex-girlfriend. And he told them when they called to just make a Chewbacca sound to win $100.
Like, I wonder
it's crazy.
What's the lore here? Like, did he watch Star Wars with her and she just was like, I absolutely hate the Chewbacca sound?
Right.
Like,
oh my God.
There's got to be a backstory. There has to be some deeper lore, and I would love to know what that is. But this is so funny. Like,
it really is, though. That is hilarious. Like, I've heard of like the spiteful, ex putting sugar in the gas tank and all that, but like, this is hilarious.
Because he's not
absolutely hilarious.
Not hurting her. He's just being really fucking annoying.
Right.
And it's
and you've seen her phone. She's swiping all of them fucking voicemails of people just fucking yelling in her phone. Just Chewbacca fucking. Oh my God. That is hilarious.
It's so funny.
That is absolutely hilarious. Oh
And
my goodness.
I guarantee you she did him dirty. Like, I just don't feel like anyone would put this much effort into a get back at ya unless she did something really gnarly.
And that's
Really
what I'm
gnarly.
saying. Like, what was the breakup? What did it consist of?
Yeah.
Low key, because that's what I want to know. Like, what happened? Did he catch her cheating?
Did he catch her cheating at a Star Wars convention?
Right, with somebody dressed as Chewbacca?
Chewbacca?
Yo! Bruh.
That'd be so
That
perfect.
has me
Oh my God.
dead right now. That has me dead right now, yo. Oh my goodness. He was dressed like Chewbacca till he walked in the room. He probably heard the noises when he walked through the front door and was like, what the fuck is that?
And then he just like I couldn't even, because at first I was like, well, it's like waking your kids up and stuff, but like if she, and that's all speculation, who knows what actually happened, but like,
Yep.
bro.
That is too fucking
Especially
funny,
the way
bro.
she was like, okay, we'll just say I don't love you anymore and move on. That makes it sound like he left and he probably had a really good reason for doing so.
Right. And she she probably don't want the reason for why to get out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh,
right,
she's
so-
never gonna wear her Princess Leia costume again.
Right. No buns for you. No buns for you. Listen, that was a little bit of a funny tip, right? We got some more shit to get into, okay? This right here is something. This is something, okay? So this is just some of the information coming out with the big, beautiful tax bill that dropped. People initially are seeing, quote unquote, benefits of it. But when you read into the actual bill in the long term, this is some of the information that they're giving you.
Explain a little bit on this. I was just looking at the chart here. And it says that in the calendar year 2027, someone that's making less than $15,000 will see an increase in federal taxes by 18.7%. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Gomez, and that's a consequence of loss of premium tax credits, health care.
Okay, so, and then in calendar year 2020, anybody making less than $15,000 sees an increase of 53.5%. Anybody who's making $15,000 to $30,000 sees an increase by 11.7%. Is that correct?
What calendar year are we in, Mr. Gomez?
2029. It's the next page.
2029. Yes.
And then we see the next page in 2031. Anyone making less than $15,000 sees a. Check this out. I thought this was a mistake. I thought I was not reading this correctly. An increase in their taxes of 74.3%. And from 15,000 to 30,000 of 20.6%. Is that correct? Or is that, did you guys make a mistake, or is that
no mistake in the numbers?
And they have no shame about it. You have no shame when it comes to hurting working men and women in this country. But the billionaires are the ones that make the most money and deserve the most help. That's your logic.
So yeah, in the context of the big beautiful tax bill that came out, as you can see in the progressionary years to come, 74% of people's money coming in less than 15,000 is going to taxes.
See, and I wonder like what the actual stipulations, like, is there an age cut on this? Like, are kids who are going to school and working part-time gonna have to like pay this that much into taxes?
I don't know the fine print on that, but
Yeah.
the fact that this dropped information like this is crazy, because notice the date too, 2031. Right after 2030. And I did want to say the first one he said, the guy said it was a premium tax credit loss because of healthcare. There's something we'll get a story right after this. I'm gonna talk to you guys about after this one, but yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, I was just gonna say that, like, I think that, what kind of wasn't explained here is that if you're making under $15,000 a year, you're obviously eligible for a lot of um, you know, federal and state programs that help you, with everything from paying for your childcare to paying for your groceries with SNAP to Medicaid, which is absolutely free healthcare. Um, I would look at this kind of from a bigger picture and assume that it's sort of um, a way to try to put people in a corner, unfortunately, and be like, look, if you can work, you need to work because I mean, what a better way to get people working again than to give them an incentive, and that's going to be you're going to be making less money if you're only working part-time, or you're maybe just doing some, uh sort of like, I don't know, like freelance type stuff, and you're not making a whole lot. It's
Oh,
like
I
it's
get
got to
that.
offset
I get that.
somewhere.
Did you see the
Yeah,
other factors though? The 30 to 50,000 and how high that was?
that's really
That
high.
was still up
Yeah,
to
that's
20 something percent. Like that's a
I mean, I
quarter
think
of your
that
earnings.
yeah, the most I ever made, and see, this is where I get like I don't even know what to think about it, because the most I ever made in my adult career life working for corporations and all that was $40,000 a year. And at one point, I was below that. I think I was at like 34,000, and
Mhm.
I had my daughter, and I had my own apartment, and like, doing the single mom thing. I made too much to qualify for any assistance with daycare. And I literally was not left with enough money to put food on the table for myself. I was able to feed her still, but I was like, there were weeks that I would go without eating a proper dinner. And I would just
Right.
be eating like I remember sitting on the floor of my apartment crying one night. She wasn't even there. She was with her dad, and I had nothing to eat, and I was just eating these stale tiny little crumbs out of a tortilla chip bag.
Oh
And I
God.
was like, I was so upset because I was working so hard, and like, but I was paying for everything. I was paying for my apartment, I was paying
Mhm.
for my utilities, I was paying for daycare, which was astronomical. It was like $200 a week. And they told me that it was like $150 too much a year
Yeah.
to get any help for daycare. And I
Mhm.
was just so beside. I was like, why am I even working then? Like, literally, why am I even working? I work to pay for my car and my gas and my house and
Mhm.
all and my internet and da da da. But at the end of the day, it's like there's nothing left. Like, I can't even eat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like I think that, yeah, I mean, like, putting these and to be honest, putting this tax strain on the lower classes looks really bad, but I don't think it's as detrimental as it is when you're putting taxes on like that $30,000 a year mark, because $30,000 a year is not enough for anyone to afford an apartment and afford food and a car and all the things. Like, you're not going to be able to do it.
Mhm.
It hurts those people who are trying to make it and really putting in an effort and putting in 40 hours a week. It hurts them more, because at least the people who are only working part-time, because I'm sorry, $15,000 a year, you're working part-time. I don't know any job that you're going to work full-time and only make $15,000 a year. I
Right.
mean, it doesn't even exist anymore. So, yeah, I mean, if you're also getting benefits though, if you're making that little, so you're getting SNAP, you're getting healthcare, you're getting all these things. But if you're in that
Mhm.
secondary bracket that we would consider probably middle lower class, you are getting screwed up the ass hard with
Mm.
this.
Mm.
So, but that's just kind of been the way that has always been. If you're at upper poverty level or lower mid class, like that's the spot where they just fuck you over really, really hard,
Right.
really hard.
So we have similar. The guy was talking about healthcare right here. So this kind of story right here goes with the healthcare part, and I thought it was very odd when I heard about it. So California apparently passed a new law, and it affect this guy personally. So he was in a spot where his daughter was having a medical episode, and the ambulance was the quickest and best way to get them to where they needed to go to the hospital, as well as being able to administer aid on the way there. He calls the ambulance. They everything goes according to plan. They get her there. Everything's fine, but he gets the bill in the mail. Just check this out and see for yourself. All right.
Got a bill, and then we realized that you guys didn't have our insurance, so we sent you the insurance, and it looks like the bill went up.
It went up?
Yeah, the first bill we got without
I've
the
seen
insurance was
this.
$600, and then the second one was almost $1,300.
Okay. Yeah, so that the first invoice you received, that's a discount that you receive if you're uninsured. So you're not eligible for the discount since you are insured. And so the bill was $2,342.14. We billed your insurance. Your insurance only paid $1,078.85.
Can I go back to the discount without the insurance?
No, sir, you're insured, so you're not eligible for the discount.
If I go cancel my insurance, am I eligible for the discount?
No, sir, because we checked eligibility and you do have active coverage for data service.
Oh, I needed to cancel it before I got the service to get the discount.
You're only eligible for the discount if you're uninsured.
Okay, so I'll get cheaper health care if I'm uninsured.
If you're uninsured, you're eligible for the discount, correct?
Is this common? Like I pay for insurance and I end up paying more out of pocket because I pay for a premium? That's wild.
This is a new law that passed or started 2024 AB 716, and the law is if you receive a discount if you're uninsured.
Okay.
So when we first send a invoice to the patient, we bill them as if they're uninsured. If you're insured, unfortunately, you're not eligible for the discount.
Okay, so just if I have the incentives straight here, if I want to pay less for medical care, I should cancel my insurance if my daughter needs life-saving medical care?
I'm not sure. I don't know, sir.
You
should cancel your insurance. I'm just letting you know that discount's only for patients who are uninsured.
Okay, that is special. That is a special law. So there's no way to put that discount onto an insured person. Only the uninsured people get that.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen.
That is wild. Okay? Wild.
I feel so bad in this scenario for the person that he's talking to, okay? Because
I get it. No, I get it.
They didn't make that rule. And okay, so I worked for Progressive Insurance for several years, like 7 or 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the last part of it, I worked with commercial, and we did assigned risk, and we serviced policies from the state of New Jersey that were called SAPE. And SAPE was a program that was enacted in 2007 by Governor Chris Christie that essentially made it so that anybody in the state of New Jersey who was receiving Medicaid could also receive free coverage from the state for their vehicle. And it was liability only coverage.
Right.
So I think, was it liability only or was it property damage? I can't even remember at this point. But basically what would happen is these people would get into car accidents. And I don't think it was, nobody, help me out in the chat. Was it liability only, or what was the SAPE coverage? It was bodily injury, I think. It was bodily injury for them, I think, if I remember.
Yeah, personal injury protection.
Med coverage. So not bodily injury, because bodily injury would apply to the at fault or the not at fault party. So it was med coverage for the person driving the car, and they basically would hit people like crazy accidents. Like they would freaking hit a pedestrian, but they had no liability coverage and they had no bodily injury coverage. So essentially the people that were hit or killed or whatever by these drivers would have to refer to their own insurance coverage to pay for the damages, that like funeral expenses or healthcare
Mm-hmm.
costs that they
Yep.
incurred by getting hit by essentially an uninsured driver. It was literally enacted by Chris Christie to lower the cost of Medicaid because I'm looking at chat. Oh, PIP. PIP. Thank you. Yes, PIP. Personal injury protection is
Yeah.
all that it carried.
Yep.
So it didn't apply to anybody that you hit. It didn't apply to any property that you damaged. And it didn't matter if you were at fault or you weren't at fault. The only coverage these policies carried was personal injury protection for the person driving insured underneath that policy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they would kill people. They would damage property. They would
That's
just
crazy.
cause huge wrecks. And they were legal to drive on the road in New Jersey, with their only coverage being personal injury protection. So protection for them if they got hurt.
That's
It was
wild.
absurd, and I can't tell you how many times I had to be on the phone with someone who was calling in, like, I remember this woman very, very clearly. The guy that hit her daughter was, like, wasted or high on drugs or something. He was under the influence. He hit her with his car in a crosswalk, and she
Wow.
died. She died, and she was called. I somehow ended up taking the phone call, and she was, like, crying, and she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was just like, "There's no coverage for it." And then it's like we couldn't really, like, go into a whole lot of detail, but a lot of times I would kind of, like, skirt around the idea of, like, "Well, contact your state representative if you don't like this."
Right.
It was a wild, wild thing, and literally the only reason that was put into place was to help lower the cost of Medicaid that Medicaid was paying out for people that were driving uninsured and would be injured in an accident, and the only insurance they had medical wise was Medicaid. And so Medicaid costs were through the roof. When he
Mm-hmm.
pushed this through, the Medicaid out like the payouts for Medicaid went down exponentially because
Right.
it literally forced all that into other people's pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy, and it's like it's basically the same thing. It's like if you're doing the right thing, and I quote, "the right thing," and you have the insurance and you have the health insurance and you have your vehicle insured and you're like, you know, dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's, you don't there's no benefit to that for you most of the time,
Right.
which is really, really messed up. Like that needs to change. And that's what this guy is experiencing. He's like, wait, I don't get a discount. I did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been paying for my medical insurance. Like, what the hell? And he's right to be upset about this because it's just like, who's making these laws?
Right.
Like, who made that decision? He said that law was enforced in 2024. But how? Like, why? Who voted for that? This is crazy.
Right.
Ugh.
It's wild. It's just wild. And like I
Yeah.
said, I've seen this, and I'm like, first of all, why is an ambulance ride $2,300?
Yeah, well, that too. It's like that's very expensive. Like, what did she have done
Right.
in
She
the
must have
ambulance? I
used all the
wonder.
fucking equipment in there.
Yeah.
Whatever her issue was, she must have just fucking sucked the ambulance dry when it comes to all the equipment and all that shit. Cause like 2,300.
Well, that's like, and 9 times out of 10, it's really interesting too. Like when you find yourself in a situation, like if you were just in a small car accident, or like me when I was attacked by my ex, like the cops were so adamant that they call an ambulance for me, and I was like, I kept refusing it. I was like, no, 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 and the only reason I refused it was because when I had a pulmonary embolism in 2012, that the most expensive bill that I encountered throughout that whole experience was the ambulance ride. It was like $3,000,
Well, see,
and I
that's
had
what I'm saying.
insurance.
And when it's
Yeah,
that
so I was
expensive,
like, no.
imagine if she would have not made it.
Right. So I
So
drove around with a mother.
now you're billed 2,300 plus a potential
For
funeral
what?
cost.
Yeah. For what? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
On
that's like,
top. That
that was my thought process. It was like, dude, I've paid this before and it's extremely expensive. So I literally drove around with the freaking with multiple concussions or multiple
Wow.
contusions on my brain. I had 8 contusions on my brain, and I drove around like that for like 2 days before I finally went somewhere and was like, every time I look down, I feel like the cement is about to hit me in the face. But yeah, I mean,
Wow,
it's
that
like,
is
but
crazy.
more people are gonna start to do that because nobody wants that ambulance bill. You know, it's like it's crazy. Why
Yeah.
doesn't your insurance just cover that? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean the one I can say is my homie gashed his shit pretty heavy. And we kind of made ourselves a little tourniquet, but we all like in the group, we thought, and now mind you, we were out in the woods. We were doing some mountain biking and shit, and he gashed his leg pretty good, and we're like, yo, bro, we might have to call 911 and get you an ambulance out here, bro. I don't know. You're kind of fucked up. And he was just like, he refused, and we kind of was like, what the fuck? So we hobbled back to the car and shit, got him in the car, got to the hospital, and like after he came out and everything was, fine, he got some stitches and all that, staples and all that. And we kind of asked him like, yo, bro, like, why didn't you want the ambulance, bro? Like, we would have got here so much faster. You would have probably felt a little better sooner. Like, what's going? He was just like, bro, I'm not paying that bill. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like,
I don't blame him. I
like
don't blame
that?
him.
Like that? Like,
Yeah.
you could have lost your leg by the time we got to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, who's to
Mhm.
say? But I guess that was a risk he was willing to take. Like, we lose a leg
Yeah.
versus paying all that money. That's crazy.
Right.
Like, that's just crazy to think about. Yeah, right. Yeah, I see what you're saying over here. I see what you guys are saying over here. Yeah. He said medical bills don't need to be paid. They'll come for you one way or the other, bro. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's facts. Yeah, I've seen them on my credit report, like if they've gone into collections or whatever. Because I through a 5-year span, I had like a ton of medical bills.
Especially the
but
little
yeah,
ones that go unnoticed. You're like, wait a minute, did I forget to pay this one?
They won't go on there like while they're still in the grasp of the
The
like the
active
hospital
stage.
or whatever,
Yeah, the active
because
stage. Yeah.
they're not allowed to put those on your credit report. But once they get sold to a collections agency, I'm pretty sure they do, because it's the same collections agency that will like report to your credit report if you didn't pay your electric bill or whatever. It's the
Right.
same. They're all the same. So it just goes. That's why you gotta always confirm your debts. Because if it is medical, then you can be like, hey, this is a medical related cost and you're not allowed to report this to
Oh,
me.
you also want to confirm them
Credit
because of
report.
them motherfucking scammers out there.
That too, yeah.
Like, hey, I work for the attorney general office and da-da-da-da-da. Like, we have a collection here that was passed and put on my desk. I don't know how many of you guys have gotten that, but I've gotten it about 4 or 5 times in just the last 2 months. And I'm like, sue me.
Right. They passed a law a while ago that like Snappa was saying, that you're not allowed to negatively impact someone's credit score because of their medical bills. But that's how they get around it, is they sell the debt off to a debt collection agency. And then the debt collection agency just marks it as debt. And unless you actually go into your own credit report and you've got the wherewithal to realize, oh, this was a medical related expense, and you tell them that, it's just going to stay on there.
Right.
Which is wild.
Which people don't do because, you know, say, who has the time to sit there on hold for 2.5 hours?
Through all, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucked up, bro. It's super fucked up. Anyway, y'all, we still got some more in this queue. We have a couple more tracks here. I think, what time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna close her down. I'm gonna close down the queue here. We'll play these last couple here, man. We have Sound of Bullets. Again, this one here, a whip work in progress. So everybody lock and load for Snappa. You need to step right up front, sir. Because I'll show you the sound of bullets. You better duck.
Uh-oh.
I've got my eyes on you. 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 Got my.
I think your lyrics is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I think everything about what you was doing on the track was amazing. I heard both versions of the track. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come together and make a cohesive track together. You know what I'm saying? And make it something that's iconic, great. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody move. I got my eyes on you. You got your eyes on me too. What you wanna do? Careful what you choose. Might be your last
cause I can smell the fear. The whole family crying while I'm smiling ear to ear. Forgive your tears. Raise your glasses and have a cheers.
Sound of bullets right there. Snappa on this one. Snappa, it does say 6 others. I don't think I heard all 6 people. So this might just be a, sharing collab thing. So they can hear it too. But Snappa on this one, Sound of Bullets. Submom, take the floor. What you got?
Okay, hold on. So I I liked this song. Like at the very beginning, I was kind of like waiting to see where it was gonna go, and I liked the way that the beat kicked in the way that it did because it's exactly what I wanted to hear. So that was cool. Um, on quality, I'm gonna say probably like a 3. I feel like there were quite a few parts in there that I was like losing your main vocal. It was just getting eaten up by that very, very aggressive beat,
Right.
And I'm sorry, nobody just texted me. It threw me off. My bad.
You good.
Apparently I stepped on the cat and I don't know, whatever.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I just ran in to like go to the bathroom really quick. I guess I stepped on him. But yeah, I think that it sounded good. Like I liked the effects that you had on your voice. I think they might have just been like a little bit too reverby, and then that was kind of like playing into why it was sort of like just blending in and like getting battled with the beat. So I would say just like bring your vocals up a little bit, maybe clean some of the reverb out just slightly to crispen it up a little bit, and dial the backing track maybe just back a little bit or just spread it a little bit so that it's not right in the same spot as your vocals. As far as relatability, I liked what you were talking about. Like it was a super dope track, super relatable. So I'm gonna give it a 4 there. And replayability, I'm also gonna go 4. Because this just was like a super feel good track. I really liked the little like vocal sample at the beginning, and I know that there were like 6 collaborators. So I don't know if you did the beat. I don't know if you got the beat.
He says
from
it's just
somewhere.
him. I think the 6 collaborators might have been a share collab, which means they
Okay.
accidentally sent a join link to listen to it instead of a share. You know what I mean?
Right on. But like, yeah, it sounded good. It was like interesting, and like, and again, I really liked how when I first at the very beginning of it, the way that those sort of like vocal samples hit, I was like, I really hope this goes here in my head. And then as it kind of like went there, I was like, yes, like so super
I hear that.
satisfying
I hear that.
moment. So yeah, I liked it. Good job.
You said what was it? 3-4-4?
Yes.
Okay, I was similar. I had a 3-4-3 on mine. Pretty much the same points mix wise. I do think that there are some different spots. Essentially different spots that we kind of talk about before on the show, but it's like the sauce spots where like you can really get some, some saucy mixes in there and kind of accentuate that area. I feel like there might be, me personally, I feel like there was some spots here where you might have even been able to utilize some strictly just straight beat cuts. You know what I'm saying? And really emphasize the bar that you're saying. But again, that's just me. It's a creative process, whatever you have in mind. We're just giving you, some tips up here and what could potentially be moving forward with the mix. But yeah, I'm at a 3-4-3 on it. That was Sound of Bullets from Snappa. That was Snappa on that one. Let me see. We got this one coming up. Love Too Hard. And I believe Ricky said that this was an interlude for I want to say an album. I think it was an album, he said, that he's going to be releasing, I think tonight at midnight, if I'm not mistaken. So,
cool.
Be sure to check that out. This one here, Love Too Hard. Let's see what he talk about.
Instead of praying on my downfall, I was broke expecting for the shit to change, but knowing I ain't nothing like y'all. I got dogs in the grave, I keep them on speed dial. Believe me when I say you ain't gon' find nobody harder, cause I'm too raw and I stand on loud. I'm serving hard for times I couldn't install, nigga. Now I'm getting bread out this Microsoft. I'm making choices out these flips like a coin toss. Took a chance on myself when they wouldn't. Now they tryna come around knowing they shouldn't. All this pain on me, my nigga, you probably couldn't carry. I got dogs in the grave, some of them I had to bury. I was traumatized, I had to realize when I love too hard. When I love too hard. Before I take you on your offer, I go and take that shit up with God. I'm talented and gifted, look what God made. I've been hands-on with it, nigga, just like pomade. I got the world in my hand like a hand grenade. I've been throwing out these sweet 16s like a damn parade. What can I say? Life chose me, I ain't choose it. I went to sleep on an empty stomach, woke up to a full clip. Sending hugs and kisses through a text message. She left me on red just like heaven did. I'm tired of seeing my dog's faces on these t-shirts. Deep down inside my pride just can't get by. I got frequencies like jail and it hurt. I got pain inside these melodies, you know you can't rehearse. I know this rap shit would be the death of me, but fuck it, let's get to work. My heart on cold, besides these bridges I had to burn. I'm on the road, but I just took a left turn. I tried to tell him I got drippin' like I flavor. I kept your secret safe and all you did was brought me danger.
Love Too Hard right there. That's Ricky Rax on that one. Again, not a whip or anything like this. He's got it released on BandLab, but I believe he said he's going to have the album released on platforms, I believe, at midnight, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely check that out. That one there. Love Too Hard, Ricky Rax. Let me see. Get us over here. Let me get us over here. Hold up. Yeah. All right. Hey, shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all sliding through. Everybody that did submit, appreciate that. Again, Friendship Week, we have a Friendship Day coming up on Sunday, so make sure you guys share the live when you get in here. Bring a friend if you got them. You know what I'm saying? I know some, you know, no shame. I'm just saying. You might be able to get one if you come. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Make a new friend.
Right. Potential business partner, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The opportunities are out there. Whatever you chose to do, but it is competition. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it a little kosher.
Choose wisely.
As it's Friendship Day. But, hey, it's competition, man. It's to see who's got the song of the night. We have 2 spots available this week coming up. And it's not a wild card. Not a wild card. But keep an eye out because we do have wild card slots available in the next couple of weeks. So if you know what I'm saying, if you want that extra opportunity to slide through, I'm just saying. And again, 3 submissions, some nights we have 3 winners. You might be able to, we haven't had that yet. I will say that. We haven't had a clean sweep yet coming through the show, but it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the possibility is always there. You just got to show up and show out. That's on Sunday at 7 p.m. You know what I'm saying? We'll be out this motherfucker downtown doing things big. You feel me? As far as anything else, man, I don't have anything. Someone, what you got, man? It was a great show. We had a lot of shit to talk about.
Great show.
We got a lot of things done.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, if you ever have like any crazy, wacky news articles or like super funny clips or whatever that you want to send our way, be sure to do that. You can always send it at the beginning of a show and we can work it in. We do have a spot still open up here for a 3rd co-host. So if you are active on our Discord server, you can go ahead and check it out. It's underneath the show schedule channel on our Discord. Go ahead, fill out the application. It's not that long. It's not that hard. And then we'll follow up with you. We'll talk to you a little bit about your application, like professional people do. And then we'll get you on the show and we'll see how we all vibe up here. And then going forward, we're going to have, the whole community kind of give us some feedback on who they think, fit the best or who they enjoyed listening to the most. And then the final decision will be up to me and OC. But yeah, like the more the merrier. Get your application in if you're interested. And
I think I'm gonna also update the Discord too. So on days that we don't have the show,
no credit check, snap a slap.
No, right? No, nah,
never.
Nah,
I would not be here.
We don't need that information, man. We don't need that information. I think I hold us down. I'll hold us down. You know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah, you probably could. You could hold the whole freaking community down. Not me. Not me.
No, but to add in, I think I might add some stuff to the Discord server as well. So that way, even on days that we don't have the show scheduled, if people do have some things that might have popped off, current event status or some shit like that, we'll be able to get them over there, and I could just grab them from the server itself, and we can do some more research with it. Yeah, I'll do something. I'm just jotting it down over here on my side of my notes. We did medical coverage. You get a discount if you don't have it.
I said we'll cover your medical trials on the show, but that's about it. If you really want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But that's the only coverage you're gonna get.
Bring your invoice. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. See if
we'll
you got it.
talk about how crazy it is. We'll make it into a whole story. You'll get the coverage. You'll get the coverage that you need.
Right. Other than that, no, we have. You see it's growing, man. We almost at that 500. Help us keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Get the word out. Let everybody know about the Blended Ones Radio Network. Again, even if it ain't even a show night, let them know about it. Send them to the channel. Let them see it. Check it out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, we're trying to get to that 500 so we can bump that up and get to the next goal set in place. All right. Big shout out though to Blended Ones Mafia. Y'all helping us grow hella fast. Yeah. We definitely might beat this before the current goal that we had set for it as far as the date. It's looking hella promising.
It is.
Hella promising because the goal that we had up here set for this is still months and months away. And we're almost there already. So, you know, it's all to you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Where was it? I had it over here.
Uh-oh.
My notes went away. Hold on.
Don't forget to get your tracks in for Ladies Night. That's open now.
Yes, that's what I was going to.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish that up.
Just need to make sure that you have a female featured on the track, or it's a track by a female. But yeah, so the boys are allowed. There's no boys sign. Go ahead and find the post on the YouTube page. I'll show you the link to submit your song, and no limit. So you can put in as many songs as you want. And we're gonna have a fun night up here on Friday, and the ladies will be in the house.
Oh, facts. The form, if you are in a chat right now, the form is there. If you do have, you know what I'm saying, click on that if you have time. You could even save it. Yeah, you could even save it, you know what I'm saying? That way you can resubmit later on once you go through some catalog and you know, figure out what you really want to get in there. But yeah, man, if you're a fella and you got some females in your collaboration, you know, list, hey, show them some love. Submit the track with them on it. And ladies out there, man, hey, we're trying to have you shine. That's your night. You know what I'm saying? Drinks up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Yeah, man, it's Blended Ones Radio Network. I appreciate all y'all. Hope y'all had a great fucking week. And hopefully it continues to be great as we come up to Sunday. Because, you know what I'm saying, I don't want no bad moods sliding through on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe out here. It's Friendship Day. You feel me? Yeah, we're going to be lighthearted on Sunday, 7 p.m. Blended Ones Radio Network, though, man. Salute to all y'all. Have a great night. And, yeah, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all on the weekend. For sure.
Yeah.
Salute.
Good night.
Okay.